your hands, everybody, and everybody clap your hands. We lambda, 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 and omega move. And we've come here on stage tonight to do a show for you. We got a rockin' rhythm and a high-tech sound that'll make you move your body down to the ground. We got Poindexter on the violin, and Lewis and Gilbert will be joining in. We got Booger Presley on the mean guitar, and a rap by little old me, Lamar. We got Takashi beating on his gong. The boys and the moves are clapping along. And just when you thought you seen it all, along comes a lambda 4-foot tall. So Worms will come on out here on the floor, so we can work our bodies like never before. Break.
And just like that, the boys and the moves are clapping along. All right, let's see if this stuff works today. Let's go. So far, so good. Hey, Andy. A little bit late for Happy New Year's, but thank you. A little reggae to start the evening off. Turn this down in my ears just a little bit. Hey, Deanne. Revs. Single should be heading back to you tomorrow there, Revs. I have completed it. Hey, Record Hound, Deanna. Where's Mark at? So, let's see, I should probably post this. Copy. Properties, lock items. Copy, paste. Okay, man, you guys bitched about it, so I completely rewrote the search system. Songs are in there, everything's current, more or less. It's probably 98% accurate, so knock yourselves out. I spent pretty much all week on this. Me and ChatGPT. Hey, Seaford. Yeah, I worked a long time on that. What song? You know the drill. What's up, John?
Hey, Patrick. It's a good track.
So I completely revamped the search system. It is absolutely accurate. Everything's in there. Even stuff that is on my that I didn't rip that I have is now in there. So
Nice.
yeah, I couldn't figure out I couldn't figure out how to get the font to change, so I said fuck it, I'll just leave it. So
You might want to make it smaller in the future.
What? No, it's actually smaller than it was.
Okay, but it's cut off. It says 1906.
Oh, it says 1969 on mine.
If you get a long song or a long album, it may be
Let me see.
cut. Not important. I'm just nitpicking at the first thing I see.
It's okay. I've been living in this. I've been living in this for all week.
Is it doing it on Facebook too?
Huh? No.
Did you look on Facebook to see what it looks like on there?
No.
It's still cut on YouTube. Yeah.
Hang on.
I mean YouTube. I mean.
Yeah, I know you meant. Yeah. Yeah, it's cut. I mean, no big deal. But if there's a long song title,
Oh yeah,
the
there already
album
was.
has
There
more
already was one. So
it's
I'm gonna
not
do some.
scrolling anymore.
Hey, what's up, Harry?
Hey, Harry.
No.
No.
It's very low. I did hear something though.
I have a style sheet, so hang on. Somewhere.
It's not something you gotta do
Search.
tonight.
Hey, I've been doing this shit on the fly all week, so it's like, hey, might as well get it while people are talking about it. So found it. There we go. Freestyle margin. Live box. What's the font? Let's try 20. What happens?
No, you're still super low.
It sounds like you're on a different microphone.
Sounds like you're on a different
How
planet.
about now?
There you
There
go.
you go.
There you
How
go.
about now?
You're
There
good.
you go. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, there's this little thing over here that says volume. All the way turned down,
Yeah.
you can't hear me.
Amazing.
You went back down again.
Oh, did it?
Put
You
it
have
in
to
the
go-
middle. You yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you was closer when you. It's supposed to be the long version. It's 12-inch reissue. I see.
It
What
is. I didn't
about
think it. Yes, it is the long
Yeah, you're
version.
good.
Like this whole section, I don't recognize. It's just a 2.5-minute song.
So there was a Facebook Marketplace ad today that said 2,000 records, $2 a piece.
Wow.
So I looked at it, and it was like literally 5 minutes down the road. And there was a lot of garbage there. I mean, it was like a hoarder's house, you know. But I went through all the records, and I found some stuff that you guys might recognize.
Oh yeah. What label is that on?
This is on Jared Records.
I wonder if that's the new wave of British heavy metal band.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is.
That
It
looks,
says it's a metal band.
yeah, it looks American though.
There was a Mirage.
Mirage.
I
I don't
There
know.
was a
that
new
thing.
wave of British heavy metal band called Mirage.
Anyways, that one,
Hey,
So I'd
Dan.
grab that.
Hey,
and then
good morning, Malia.
Yeah, the second Rough Cut record.
Yup, nice. I don't have that one.
this is a near mint test pressing. The band's called English Dogs Forward into Battle.
Oh yeah, English
Yeah.
Dog. That's a good band.
Yeah, that was a combat band. They were British.
Yeah, so this,
you know,
this I think is.
I have that. I have the real.
These
LP,
two.
but that's-
So would these be good eBay items? You think?
yes, the English Dogs. That's a great second wave punk band. Third wave.
Okay. And then there was two Armed Forces Radio. This is Hank Thompson,
Oh, nice.
That's
I love Hank Thompson.
and then this is Marty Robbins,
Ooh, yeah, that's
Oh, wow.
great.
Return of the Gunfighter.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
good record too.
I bought
Hey,
about
Mark.
maybe 20 albums from them, but these are the only ones that I think I'm going to try.
You know, I used to see those Armed Forces records pretty regularly, like 20 years ago. I don't think I've seen one in at least.
Yeah, and there's some
10,
good
12 years.
collectible ones too. There's some good rock
So-
titles on those.
You've seen Spinal Tap a bunch of times, right, Harry?
I've seen it maybe twice.
Oh, okay. But the guy from Rough Cut's in that movie. He's got like a cameo. He's playing the big rock star. They meet.
Yeah,
in the lobby.
he's got.
But they're on the
he's
way
a
down. He's playing the Enormo Dome.
total
Okay.
wanker. He was a total wanker. Yes.
Well, if anybody's interested, look for them. They'll be on eBay in a day or two.
Oh, Randy, do you have any? Do you have that album Bike? They're a Flint, Michigan band. So I have a copy, but it was warped and it's got a whoosh on it. So if you don't, I figured if you want it, I'll give it to you because I can't sell it and I couldn't even record it. So, but it's called Bike. They're a Michigan band.
Does it have a basket and a bell that rings and things?
I don't
to
know
make
if it
look
does or
good?
not. I'll have to go. I'll have to go look. But yeah,
I'd give it to you, but I borrowed it.
yeah. I've got a bike. You can ride it if you like.
Trying to get the pop-out chat set up here.
This is one long version. Holy cow!
Yeah, I wasn't expecting people, so I could do a manual.
No, this is fine.
It's just about over now.
Background music. How long is it? Does it say? Is it easy to check?
Yeah, it's 9 minutes and 33 seconds.
Wow. Wowzers! Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got anything by the Brogues?
No. Well, you know what? There's a fine interface you can go search for because it's now all up to date.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's all. It looks nice.
Give us
It
the
works.
link. Where's the link?
Let's see. Search
There
by
you go.
albums. Search by tracks. Latest.
Here you go.
100. Oh, the Swamp Rats. Nice. Psycho.
Thank you. Let's see.
Oh, you did Status.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
You gotta do.
I've never done it before.
Noise.
I've never done that Slatus before.
Oh, really?
Nope.
I love that record.
Yeah. Oh, that's classic.
That's one of those that, man, I didn't find out that was a cover until like 20 years later.
Yeah.
I gave ChatGPT instructions on what I wanted, and then it evolved as we kept going. So yeah.
We should definitely hear "Psycho" by the Swamp Rats.
You know, that is not good sounding. I mean, that thing is like, it's probably the most ear-piercing thing I've ever heard in my life. But I can play it. But I mean, I think it was an outtake or something. They just put.
Okay.
Yeah, it
It's
really
not
hurt. It hurt.
Okay, then skip it.
Yeah.
It looks like you might have what I'm asking for. It's called
What is it
I Ain't
called?
No Miracle Worker.
I ain't no music.
And it's BROGUES, Brogues.
I'm guessing it's a UK band.
I don't think so.
No.
So where did you find it?
It was on a site.
Yeah, I think I know
And I
that.
looked on your thing, and when I searched Brogues, it brought up that title.
So what's the name of it? How do you spell it? BROGUES?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that stone reissue of Swamp Rats is. Mine's different.
I don't see anything for Brogues. Nothing comes up if I search tracks or albums.
Oh,
He searched by the
yeah,
song
no,
name.
I'm not seeing it. Okay, never mind. Great song. Too bad. Well, Don't Shoot Me Down or I Ain't No Miracle Worker. I like Miracle Worker a little better, though.
So who is this Delta 5?
Oh shit. There's some Canadian. No, some. Sorry, don't need to do that yet. Hit the add button too soon. There we go.
I'm thinking Dayglow Abortions might be a punk band.
Yeah.
Canadian.
That's not as bad a name as what was the band with Fetus? They kept changing the name of the band, but Fetus was always in the name.
Scraping Fetus.
Yeah, like
Jim
Scraping Fetus off the
Fetus,
dashboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said I used to have a couple of their records.
All right, time to take out the trash here. Hang on.
No new bootlegs lately.
All right.
Thanks, Travis.
Hello, boys. Everyone in the peanut gallery.
Remove.
How about Angry Samoans? My old man's a fatso.
Hang on a second. I'm removing some trolls here. So
Counter the Canadian attack with an American attack.
So what was it? Sorry, I was cleaning out trolls.
Angry Samoans. My old man's a fatso.
Does Robert Fiffin ever show up anymore?
No, I've talked to him. I still chat with him.
I like nobody talks about the Angry Samoans later stuff too, but that garage stuff they were doing in the late 80s was really good too.
Yeah, I don't know what, I only know the early stuff.
Yeah, like they did like 2 late EPs in the 80s. It was just really good garage on. I think it was on Triple X Records if I remember correctly.
Fear yesterday is tomorrow or something. Is it that one? Yesterday.
That's a good one, isn't it, Randy? I'll have to look for it. I didn't know Sundays put out an EP on it.
Sundays is such a weird label, though. Like they'll put out some stuff that sounds really good, and then they put out some stuff that's it's like horrible reissues.
Is it bad?
So you want Radioactive for Jimmy Page's birthday when he has like lots of songs from that other band he was in? But yeah,
that'll get you shut down.
No,
it will not.
No.
Not unattractive. No. Turn me on tonight. I'm a radioactive. Oh.
I did pick up a 12-inch promo single by The Firm.
I never got into the Firm stuff.
I've been to Jimmy John's.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it.
They were good.
It's not bad.
They were good bands. Radioactive was the biggest hit. For some reason, it's the weakest track on both those records. Looking back, it wasn't at the time, but looking back,
It was pretty popular.
yeah.
Somebody mentioned Todd Rundgren. Rex did. It made me think. You guys know who this is?
Shania Twain.
Married with children, mother.
B.B. Buell.
Oh, that's Liv Tyler's mom.
Liz Tyler's mother. Yeah.
She slept with a few rock stars in her lifetime.
Yeah, I can see what Steven Tyler saw in her.
I can see what Todd Rundgren really saw something in her because he stayed with her.
This is late.
Well, he's the one that actually raised Liv Tyler, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with polls. I've tried. I've not even attempted a poll on this platform, so
What are we polling?
I have no idea. But I'm just nipping that in the bud right now.
No, but if you want us to rank songs, then we're all in.
Yeah.
But a poll,
no
chance.
But no official polls like that. That we draw the line at polls. But yeah.
The only polls we ever do is, are we right or are we stupid?
That Longview record show is coming up again, March 7th, if you're going to be in Portland.
So did you see the vinyl con that's starting to tour the country, Harry?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen one yet.
It's got. I think there's only been 2 so far. It's about to be in Atlanta here next month.
It's going to be in LA in March too. I think in March. So I might go to that.
Is it like celebrities you get autographs from and stuff?
No, it's just a record show.
But isn't it like Comic-Con, like where you meet people and?
I don't see how it's any different than any other record show.
I don't think it is either.
I don't think it's gonna be. But we'll see. They're supposed to be bringing in vendors from out of state, though, which usually doesn't happen here. It's usually local vendors, you know. We'll see.
Hey, Darren. Hey, Corey.
Yeah, Rojas, you have to go dressed as your favorite musician.
Or like a mastering engineer.
Is this like a furry convention, but we're for people who dress up as like Kevin Gray or Ryan K. Smith?
I got a Dr. Demento costume.
I got a Dr. Demento album right there right there. I'm just listening to it.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Yeah, Boobs a Lot is on it.
It's too small for me to have subconsciously saw that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's Dr. Demento's Delight. I was watching a TV show called Georgie and Mandy's Second Wedding or First Wedding, something like that. And the brother in
that's William McKee.
He was making all these electronic noises, and the parents said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm making a record for Dr. Demento."
The fish heads worked. That one.
So my next project for next week is going to be I'm gonna upload all the old playlists, and then I'll be able to see how many times I've played certain songs, or if people want to know like what we played last night or whatever, they can go look at the playlist and say, oh, what song was that? They can go check it out. So that's the next project. This is a long song too.
Yeah,
but
but
12-inch here.
This is actually better than any of the stuff off their records.
I'm a big psychedelic fan.
Really?
As far first four records. First record's different than the others, but the first four records I think are fantastic.
I've got the first record. I really like that one.
Yeah. The third one, Mirror Moves, I really like. I like them all. Forever. Whatever the
So what did I get? I didn't get many records this week. I did get that REM reissue. So that sounds pretty good. I started listening to those Rhino reserves, like the ZZ Top and the Ooh La La, and I don't know if I'm on board with that, man. I do believe that Kevin Gray sometimes like frickin' boosts the mids, and he's got that certain signature that on first listen is appealing, but when I continue to listen to it, it gets a little fatiguing to me. So yeah.
The only one I really haven't liked that he's done, there's been some that are mediocre, but the one I haven't liked is the second Television record.
I didn't like the first Television record he did either.
Yeah, I love that one because he brought forward the guitars, but.
See, but that's good. That's because he boosts the freaking mids all the hell.
Oh,
so, yeah.
That's the what's it? Nation. It's like the B-sides are instrumentals, like almost like this.
I haven't even listened to it yet. It just came in today.
Oh yeah, I didn't buy it because I didn't like the B-sides. I thought they could be changing because that came out like a year after the album.
Yeah.
I still want it. Yeah.
I grabbed the Dead EDP, which is it's a newer crossover band. And I didn't even open it. I got that magazine then with the Flexi.
Oh yeah.
You can make me small.
Did you guys see that Rush's Feedback is out on vinyl now as a standalone?
I have the original, I think.
On vinyl?
Yeah.
I thought it was only a CD release back then.
No, it was on vinyl.
There you go.
Might need a razor.
The home front Flexi. That's a pretty good magazine.
Yeah. I got another issue too.
I fixed one. I had one on a Jethro Tull album that I fixed as well. So I followed my own advice.
But that Flexi's awesome, Steve. I know I already told you about it.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. I was actually looking up the 12-inch on Discogs, and I saw they wanted like $15 for it on Discogs, and it said New Noise magazine, so I just went to the New Noise website, and it was like $8 or $10.
Yeah, I got 10. You know? 10 I paid. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that non-album track that's on that 12-inch.
This has been released a couple times on comps. I've got a couple different comps of this on it. So it's funny you mentioned 𝐿 So the store that I buy most of the thrash and punk stuff here in Atlanta is called 𝐿.
Huh.
From what is it, Trouthead? Is it Trouthead? What's the name of the record? From Beefheart.
Oh God!
Which one?
Trout Mask Replica.
Trout Mask Replica. Yeah.
Freaking hate that record.
I do too, and I have it.
The guy that owns the store loves it's his favorite record, so he named it 𝐿, which is from the record.
That's the Third Man Vault version of it.
Why?
I know.
I've only bought a couple of the Third Man Vaults. I've got the Johnny Cash one.
I've got that.
Margot Price did a really good one.
I
have several Margot Prices.
Yeah, she's great. Her third record's my favorite, though. Her husband was playing like it's traditional country, but he's playing like psychedelic guitar on the track. It's a really cool sound.
Yeah, that's what the Third Man looks like.
Yeah.
I forget what came with it, because there's always...
What's on that record? What is that?
It's live from L.A.
Oh, live. Okay, I don't know that.
Yeah.
What is it? It was like 73 or something? Here?
Yeah, May 5th, 1973.
Yeah. They just did a Billy Strings one too, but I didn't find out about it till after, and it's already going for like $300.
Wow. Let's see what this one came with. It's got some bull. Oh, I think it came with a DVD of the show. Yeah.
Hey, Eddie Perez, what's going on?
Hey, Eddie. Hey, Travis.
Yeah, I can't remember what else. It came with a couple things. Yeah, a couple
came with
singles.
7-inch.
Yeah.
The 7-inch is the Lumineers.
Yeah.
And Rustin Kelly.
I ride by Folsom Prison almost every time I ride my bicycle. So.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah. Literally, I go under Prison Dam Road. So, yeah.
Folsom's got all the signs around it that says, do not pick up hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, don't feed the serial killers, people. Yeah. Don't feed the serial killers. Oregon always chokes in these big games, man.
Oh, I got a Randy. You ever hear of the Latin Dogs? They're a Michigan band. I got a single of one of those KBD bands. I'm sure you know them. I never heard. I don't know if I remember. Maybe they're on a KBD. Jerry's Kids.
I'm going to grab a beer.
All right, this is a drinking crowd tonight.
Good old Rainier.
Is that a local brew called
Rainier?
Rainier?
I don't know that.
They used to have really good commercials. I mean, they were so funny.
No. Okay. Yeah, I got. I don't have.
It's gonna be one of those nights, isn't it?
What's that?
Trolls tonight. So let's see.
Oh. My wife just went to see The Offspring not too long ago. A couple months.
I would never know this is The Offspring.
Oh yeah, this was what their first 2 records sounded like.
Although this guy's actually had a channel for like over a year, so
I didn't see any weird comments. But...
just the name Ass Man Pants. So yeah, right.
That's a Seinfeld reference, maybe. Not so much the pants.
I'm the Ass Man. Yeah,
He's the ass man.
he's the
Even
Ass
their
Man.
their third record was Come Out and Play and all the stuff that they got big on. That wasn't a major label release. That was nobody expected that to sell like 6 million copies. You know.
No, I just don't know. I missed this whole thing. I mean, I knew of them, but
Yeah.
I must have heard them when they were already like
Yeah.
new metal or whatever. Like,
Well, once the third album came out and Keep 'Em Separated, that's when they really blew up.
oh yeah, I know
You gotta
that song.
keep them separated.
That song, it's not bad as a nostalgic kind of 90s
That
song.
record is still good, but then that record after that, when they started doing Pretty Fly for a White Guy and all that stuff, they were just...
I just don't know enough
Yeah.
about them. That might be the only song I know is that Separated one.
Hey, Eddie. It's not all.
Yeah, this sounds like Loser List. This sounds like it could be like 1985 California, like
Yeah.
punk.
There's about 11 cubes of Beatles, though. Randy said it's all Springsteen. I said no.
Well, I mean, and if you think about a lot of those bands from that era, I think they actually got together in like 86. And it's the same thing, like when you hear the early No Effects stuff from like 83, 84, it sounds like early 80s California punk, you know?
Women Hearses.
Whoa! This guy had many career changes.
I love the
He was-
music.
He was in like Vinegar Joe in the UK. Then he had like his own solo thing where he started out with the guys from the Meters and Little Feat for Nick and Sally Down Through the Alley. Did this. Then he did like the freaking MTV thing.
What
Then he
was
did the Power
band?
Station.
Oh, Power Station, yeah.
John, what's the
It's
guy-
not even ass. See, your dirty mind is reading that at sign as an A.
What's the guy that did
It's
Wicked
SS
Game?
Man.
Chris Isaac? Was that
What
Chris
about-
Isaac that did Wicked Game?
Yeah.
He's another one. He started off as a country and rockabilly guy, you know, and went more and more pop as he went on.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Depeche.
And is there a better video than the one of Robert Palmer with the gals backing him?
Oh, yeah.
This is
I
good
mean-
videos.
I mean the parody of Shania Twain doing it with guys, even though I'm not, but
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant stroke of genius to do that.
I felt like they were kind of making fun of Annie Lennox in that video.
Yeah.
Or Brigitte Nielsen.
Was Michael DeBar the singer, or was it Robert Palmer? Because DeBar did the tour.
Palmer was the album, DeBar was the tour.
How'd they do a tour if you said they only played live together once?
I think maybe
Well,
Palmer was.
He's saying Palmer only did
Oh.
Saturday Night Live, and I remember that. I remember that was like the Billy Crystal years.
Oh, somebody sent me this, and this is actually. Let's see if I can do I still have it up? Here it is. I don't know if anybody else knows this, but man, this is like if you want to go look at old MTV videos, they have like sections. They have like a Headbangers Ball, the 20s, the 90s, 80s, 70s. They got like 70s that didn't exist, but MTV Unplugged, 120 minutes TRL. So did it post? Oh, yeah. If you go there. Yeah, it's actually pretty. I mean, I watched it for a little bit the other day, but it's like got lots of videos, man. Lots.
Do they have
and
the
lots.
news stuff, like the little segments in between? That's what I'd rather see.
I don't know, but they have like MTV's
Like
first day, like the whole first day. You can go
stuff.
look at.
I know the undertones were there, like the second day, or I went over to my friend's house and we were watching it.
But they have like a lot of Headbangers Ball, like 1,600 Headbangers Ball videos.
It took me years to figure out, like, that song I saw was a band called The Undertones.
Here you go, Radioactive.
Bad signal for Vance.
It just feels like probably like Paul Rogers was like going, man, do I gotta sing this song? Like, you know, can't we do something else? Like
Well, it
Midnight
wasn't-
Moonlight.
Yeah, but it was of the time. I don't think they like it just got dated. Because I don't remember thinking this was a weak track. It was on the radio, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty catchy, pretty good. For some reason, it just fell apart. It just sounds awful now.
A lot of the stuff of that era, though, you go back and listen to. You're
Yeah.
just like, wow.
Yeah, but the rest of the Firm album's pretty thick guitar based.
The worst is like the R&B from the 80s and 90s that I really liked at the time. You go back and listen to
Oh,
it
yeah.
now, it's so bad, you know.
The 12-inch of the Firm that I got is an extended version of Radioactive, and it has all the all this shit before, you know, it's
Which was
horrible.
amazing. Like wow, really cool sounding in 1985.
Yeah,
like
I couldn't
neato,
put it in
but
my spell pile.
it's awful.
Tony Franklin with his like fretless.
We gotta play that Tall Cool one by Robert Plant. It's got all those sound effects in there. Remember
Oh
that?
yeah, towards the middle.
They
or
sample
towards
like
the
Whole
end.
Lot of Love. I think it's Tall Cool one. Very rare, Zorlock. Originals non-existent. Oh, you're asking Beano in Australia. Gotcha. Sorry, Zorlock.
I've never seen an original of the.
I was thinking
any
of Eno
Buffalo
asking
records.
us.
I have the reissues. I take that back. I saw an original of the third record, the one with the fat lady on the front.
Yeah.
But they wanted like $200, and it was all scratched up.
Where is Beano at?
He's in
Australia?
Australia.
Wow, sorry to hear that.
What's going on in Australia? I'm out of the loop.
It says
Heat
fire
wave.
control.
Ooh.
Sounds like California.
A year ago this time.
Although we are not one section of California is in drought right now. So, yeah.
That's right.
What's funny is I didn't watch. Headbangers Ball was during a short era where we didn't have cable for some reason. Like I remember having cable in the early 80s. In the late 80s, for some reason, we didn't have cable. Well, not for some reason. I'm sure my parents couldn't afford it. But
Because you were on the welfare.
at that time, no, it was commodities back then, not welfare.
How many of you had illegal cable bots?
I did.
Well, we did. If you knew the right person, you could buy a box.
Yeah, we had it was just for, I think, WHT. It was like a scrambler or something. Like it was to unscramble the box.
We had
it was
a
only
scrambler
one or two
for-
channels. It wasn't
We had
cable.
Still, but you could never get the Playboy channel just clear enough.
You see, I didn't have. It was just like the movies. It was just. This was early. It was just showing like movies on two channels. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
we had the
cable.
UHF scrambler. It just screwed into the back of the TV.
Yep.
I remember when HBO first came out, it was $5 a month, and I remember I was saying to my mom, we can't afford that. We're not getting that.
Yeah, we were
No,
talking
we
about
never
that. I
had
remember
cable. Yeah.
it had to be like, 82 or 83. We got cable for the first time, and it was like $15 a month, but it was like you had HBO and MTV, but it was only like 15 or 20 channels back then. It's not, it wasn't what it was a few years later.
I think it was 73 when we first were able to get a.
So where I was at in Brownsville on the border, it was called Casa Cinema 3, which was like House Cinema 3. So it was literally called, and it had 3 extra channels, HBO, and I think 2 other, I can't remember the other 2, but it was like, I remember just sitting there. I remember one day just sitting there the whole day watching movies, just like, there's like movie after movie after movie after movie. You're like, oh, this is amazing.
And I remember when even the cable channels shut down at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Even a lot of them didn't play all night back then.
Yeah, like WTBS would sign off.
Or there was one that would become local access after.
Or like TBS would play like a bunch of religious shit, you know, like a bunch of fucking televangelists. Yeah.
And they would only have like 8 movies they replayed over.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
15 movies or whatever. It was just it'd be on like 4 times.
And that's when it was one HBO. It wasn't 15 different HBO.
Oh no, that was it. Yeah, we only had.
They would play that Flash Gordon movie. They'd play.
I remember watching that when it came out. I remember.
I remember the Get Smart movie. Like Get Smart Returns. And the new
Ours would have in between movies. They'd have like little shorts, like Hardware Wars. That's the first time I ever saw the parody of Star Wars. Hardware Wars was on that. Was in between movies. They'd play little shorts, like comedy shorts that was on like Night Flight and stuff like that. You know, that kind of shit. So that was kind of interesting.
That was also when you had to wait a year. After a movie was released in the theater, you had to wait a year before it was on VHS.
Yeah.
And it was like another 6 months or so before it was on HBO or Cinemax or whatever it was at the time. I think it was just HBO and Showtime originally.
Then I had a descrambler for the satellite dish that me and my best friend, we had 2 trailers, and in between we had a satellite dish, a manual one, because we used to install satellite dishes, so the guy gave us one.
So my grandparents had the big dish where you could
remember when they were like 10
overseas.
feet?
And they could actually pick up like 5 or 6 different HBOs in the different time zones. And stuff.
We could too, but we had to manually move it. We had a little amount for it, and we had all the satellites like X'd out on plywood, and we'd move it like right where it was supposed to be. So we could get everything.
Theirs was they would send you a list, and you could set it on the controller, and it would automatically adjust.
Yeah, they had a rotor, because we used to set it up. You had a rotor, and they'd have a controller, and you know the what do they call it, the.
Because I remember my grandfather watching some Chinese shit, and I was like, "Why are you watching that?" Because he couldn't understand anything. You know, he's like, "I just think it's cool. I'm watching shit in China."
Yeah.
You don't see those big antennas anymore, or those big dishes like you used to, though.
I see them, but they're not. I see them, but they're in the backyard, like gathering dust with like clotheslines on them or something, you know. So yeah.
With regular TV antennas, every single house had one. They're all gone. You may see 1 or 2, like on some old house, but every house had a TV antenna.
And putting aluminum foil on the rabbit ears.
Yeah, that was for the portal. Usually you had the main set was hooked into the antenna of the roof, and then all the little, like if you had a little set in a different room that had the rabbit ears.
Well, and then where we were in Louisiana, VHS wasn't real popular. The what's the one? It's the records that are inside the cartridges.
Oh, Laserdisc?
No, it wasn't Laserdisc.
Selectavision?
Records.
Selectavision.
Yeah, it's like CSVs or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's like a cartridge, and you put the cartridge in and turn it, and you pull it out, and the record stays inside.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it was movies on record. It was, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember, what was it, Betamax?
Disc. There you go.
What is it? CEDs?
CED video disc.
Okay, yeah. And for some reason, they were really popular where we were. And they were cheaper too. They weren't as expensive as the VHS players were.
Oh yeah, they were like they were like $69, $59 to buy a movie in the '80s.
Yeah.
It's insane.
They had Let It Be.
It's like $200 to buy like a bad Chevy Chase movie, you know, Modern Problems or something.
Well, that was a crazy thing about movies too. So on VHS. If you tried to buy a movie the day it was released, it was like $100 on VHS. Yeah. You had to wait like 90 days, and then it would go down to like the $15 price. You know.
But yeah, it must have been like they must have coordinated with like the rentals.
That's what it was. 100%. Yeah.
Nobody bought. Everyone rented. Nobody owned a movie.
We had a local rental shop that got busted because they got the label printers and they were
Yep.
they were printing counterfeit. They would buy like 1 or 2 real copies and then counterfeit them.
They all
And
did
we
that.
loved the place because you could rent a brand new video for 2 days for $1.50. You know.
Yeah, and you go to other places and they're out. Any movie you want to see, it's out. It's
and
out.
Yeah, and they would always have like 20 copies of it. You know.
And please be kind and rewind.
Rewind.
Yeah. And the FBI one.
They would charge you extra if you didn't rewind it.
And that's a fun.
Yeah.
So we never went to Blockbuster because Blockbuster was always more expensive than the neighborhood shithole shops. You know.
Yeah. I think Blockbuster came later. For that.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. It was more.
There's all
nice.
these little like convenience.
Those guys,
shops.
yeah, those convenience stores were just duping that shit over and over. They were just duplicating that shit
Yeah,
all the
and
time.
that's the main store that we went to, and they got busted for it. They got raided for counterfeiting.
That's where you get all the like 60s and 70s horror movies that you never heard of. You just look at these boxes. Of
Oh,
all these,
I miss it. You know,
all these movies. You're like, what? Like you
All
knew
the
Friday the
slasher
13th
movies
and
and
some
all the
of them, but
slasher
then there
movies
was
in the 80s.
Yeah,
you
like
know.
Swamp Thing.
they went straight to VHS, so they were in the theater for a minute.
We were on the road, man. We traveled with we had our own VCR, and we would record. While we're at the gig, we'd record Letterman and all that shit. We'd record all sorts of stuff. Cheers, so we'd have stuff to watch. And we got back from the gig because after 2:00, like we said, stations were signing off and shit. So you had to have something. So we'd have all the shit to watch, while we're back at the room getting even more drunk. So yeah.
Well, Jackson Browne says in his song, he says, "We got Richard Pryor on the
video, yeah.
Yeah. The urban legend is that the video VHS tape of Fast Times at Ridgemont High was all worn out at one section because everybody would keep rewinding it.
Yeah, TV case.
Yeah.
Try to pause it at the exact right moment. So that it didn't like scramble a little bit. You know what I mean?
Pause it at the wrong time, and it's the guy in the bathroom.
But I never did that. What's funny is I've never felt so bad. I was at a video store. I might have told this. I don't know. It had to be like 93, 94, and the new Sacred Reich album had come out. And I went to the release, the album release party for it. And I was wearing the Sacred Reich shirt at a video store in Phoenix. And this little old lady comes up to me and she's like, "Do you understand what that shirt is that you're wearing?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a local band. They're really good." She's like, "No, Sacred Reich. You've never heard of the Third Reich?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I have." But they're like they're very anti socialist band. They're like taking a shot at the right, And I didn't think nothing of it, but then we went to pay, and she had the tattoo on her forearm. And she didn't have an accent though, so you never would have guessed she was a German, that had been through the camps.
It wasn't that long ago. In
Dr.
reality,
Rick.
We grew up seeing them, seeing the people that had been through the camps. I used to see people all the time with the tattoos. Obviously, it's been 100 years now. Well, not quite 100 years. But
Geddy Lee's parents, I believe, were in there. Gene Simmons' mom was.
Yeah, there's not many left anymore.
I don't want to get into it here, but I will just say one thing: we're headed there right now.
Oh God.
In my opinion, I'll leave it at that. I think Neil Young is going to make music and play live until the day he died.
Burning bootlegs.
Burning down stores for having his bootlegs.
He probably wishes that AGK would come back to the house and hang out.
That's a great video, though. When was that? That was the 70s, wasn't it? When that
he says, "I'm taking these records."
Yeah.
No, I'm taking these records. Doesn't he call the owner of the store and talk to him?
I don't
on the
remember.
phone?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that was a kind of set up, though, because if that was a real record store owner, he might have fucked him up for trying to steal
It was just a
his stuff.
kid. It was just like the kid working the counter, if I remember.
I think they knew their records were there, so they were going to go in to document it and then take it.
They literally busted people at the Austin Record Show many years ago for selling bootlegs.
Yeah.
The feds came in and took care of business.
In Seattle one year.
Well, if they were pirating like major label releases, but like going after like live
counterfeiting is
bootlegs.
one thing. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. That's why you see so many of these radio shows, because the reason they're called gray market is because the radio stations actually own the rights to that music. That's why they don't have the actual band logos and stuff. So the bands can't do anything about it.
In the UK?
No, anywhere.
Because
Like
most
the King
of those
Biscuit,
are
like stuff like
in
that.
the UK. I think it's because of their laws.
But even here in the U.S., you see a lot from here in the U.S. because the radio stations get broadcasting rights to rebroadcast it as much as they want, and they transferred that into releasing them. They just can't use the band's image or copyright because it's copyright or not. It's the registered trademarks and stuff. You can't use that stuff. Some bands dig into it though. Like I said, Raven was selling at one of the shows I went to. They were selling a bunch of bootlegs at their merch table.
Metallica sells bootlegs every show.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not talking about the ones that they record themselves. I mean, this is stuff that they bought from bootleggers in the UK and they were selling at their show.
I'll watch it, Travis. I'll make a note here.
That's all. This is like, so tomorrow I'm going to be on Steve Westman's show, like top, I don't know, must-have audiophile records under $40. This one's going to be one of mine. So this is a great sounding record you get for like $5. So.
I like Steve Westman, but I feel like his show.
𝐿𝐴𝐽's on my on one of my picks as well. So yeah.
I just feel like it regurgitates just to the point where he's covered everything, so he's just like recovering everything for the third time now.
Yeah, it's something to do. Although, yeah, I mean, it's like best audiophile. It's the subject matter gets a little thin sometimes. But yeah,
I would probably do Moondance. I think that's one of the best sounding records I have.
So it has to be under $40, but you can get Moondance for under $40.
Yeah. Full On by Roxy Music. That's probably a $15 record.
So yeah, there's a.
What about Donald Fagen? What is it? Nightfly or something like that?
Yeah, but people are gonna. So
I don't get the love of that record.
I want to show stuff that's kind of like, I'm going to show Riot Live because I think that's one of the best recorded live albums I've ever heard. London Calling by The Clash is another album but that's not that's not under $40. So that doesn't
you can get London Calling for like one of the
how much does Back in Black go for?
You could
right on the cusp, yeah.
I mean, they sold no rock record outsold that one. So I just.
The Cult Electric's another one. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know.
Back in Black is a great sounding record.
Back in Black's amazing, and there should be 500,000 RLs out there somewhere.
If I could find that Mazzy Star reissue that I had, I'd show that one too. But yeah.
Nice.
I got to figure out how to fix it without breaking the plastic.
Is it cut or is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
was fast forwarding and then it came.
What
apart.
is it?
Broke
Which one is it?
Like came apart.
It's the original Back in Black.
And you want it to fix it on cassette? You want to spend an hour to fix the cassette because you don't have the record?
It's like $35 this cassette.
It's fun.
Well, why? But why? Why is it $35?
I've been selling cassettes for crazy money. It makes no sense. And they smell like shit. I sold the King Diamond Melissa for $47.
So how long will it take you to splice that fucking that AC/DC? Take the case cover off.
If it broke at the beginning of the leader, probably not much.
Yeah, no, it. You can see it. It broke at the beginning, so I should be able to just.
Yeah, it's like it came out of the wheel.
this
So you
isn't
just re-spool it. Yeah.
That a
problem is
welded.
this isn't the screw together kind. It's the glued together.
It's a
kind.
glue,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
There might be a way to. It's probably look
Get a-
online.
get-
It's
get a-
probably
get-
razor and then
Probably a heat.
No,
glue.
get a hair dryer. Get a hair dryer and just like fucking
I've got a
heat it
hair-
up.
melt the tape.
I'm going back to that.
Try a
sale
magnet.
tomorrow morning where I bought records today. He said he's bringing in boxes of 8-tracks. And you never
I
know.
really don't get the 8-tracks. You guys can have those.
People buy them though.
Not many,
One clunk right in the middle of a song ruins it for me every time.
but there's thousands of people buying cassettes, tens of thousands. There's hundreds buying 8-tracks.
So the quad Pink Floyd on 8-track goes for like $150.
That's because it's got fucking
got
like
the
that
extra
snowy, the
solo.
snowy white solo.
Yeah, if you're a Pink Floyd fan, that's a must-have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are people that have fucking like cables that cost more than Marantz stuff, man. So I don't think that's really true. But
Well, and the real issue, honestly, with the 8-tracks is there never were. I mean, there's some good quality 8-track players. There's never been like Nakamichi level 8-track players like with cassette. You know what I mean?
and the frequency response isn't that good. It only goes up to like 14K tops.
People are
And,
buying
you know-
them as collectibles. They're not buying them really to play. Not the ones that are paying big money for.
I'm telling you, man, I don't miss having to get like a fucking matchbook and shove it under an 8-track to get it to play right instead of wobbling all over the place. Yeah, I don't miss that. Anybody that's nostalgic for that, don't give me any crap for liking good sounding records. Then
I think
don't
the
say, "Oh,
reason
you're an
that-
audiophile. You're a reverse audiophile. You're an audio hater."
They're nostalgic the same way you would play an Atari with cartridges and that
Yeah.
joystick. It's not like
I
one's
think the
claiming
reason
it's
they're selling
quality.
big again is that if you buy a new Ford truck, I think it comes with an 8-track tape player in it.
I'm sure it does, like the crank windows too.
The best is the Mustangs for the 64.5, and I think the 65 Mustang had the record player option.
Turntable.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put my Zep 2 RL on that sucker
Yeah,
while I'm
yeah.
driving down the road. Hit a bump and it's like
Especially the roads back in the 70s. They weren't great, Reel-to-reels, really early or nice, good condition original reel-to-reels are just hard to find, though. That's why they're so valuable.
I have about 250 in my collection.
Nice.
But I don't have any of the real high value ones. I won't pay it. I only buy them when I see them cheap.
Billy,
show your comment.
when Billy Hurst came out here last time, I took him to one of the shops, and they just got one of the Black Sabbaths and one of the Johnny Cashes, and he got them for like $70. They were both like $300-$400.
Yeah, Randy, if you came up here, you could talk about your buys of 2025, and you could tell Harry all about this. But
I saw the cars, but after Ben Orr had passed.
I have a 707.
And I love this album so much. I played this thing literally to death, nonstop when it came out.
I like reel-to-reels. The problem is to keep those things playing really nice, you got to do maintenance on them pretty regularly. And
Goodbye, Sugar Daddy Vinyl. Count made December 30th of 2025.
Right there, 𝐸280D SS.
yeah, but you got are they early ones though? Because what people don't realize about the Albert pressings is they were pressing those Albert pressings through the late '80s. So you might see one, and you think it's like an original pressing from '74 or '75, and it's actually from '87. So you got to be
I
aware
have-
of what the Albert pressings.
I have that box.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
I think they're all. I think there might be maxi cuts too.
Yeah,
And I got
the
lucky
first,
when I bought the two that I have because they just happened. One is a second, and one's a first pressing.
Patrick, the first Cars album is definitely audiophile for under $40.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
that
don't
was
know. How much does the Rhino High Fidelity go for?
Yeah, but I wouldn't get a Rhino High Fidelity. I'd get that version I just played, that $5 club edition. So yeah.
People put down record club pressings, but I never had issues with it.
I did too.
The Metallica record club pressing sound amazing.
So as I said, I've come to realize that again, it's all case by case. You know, so in the case of that Cars album, it used the original plates. They X'd it out and put in the Rhino number, but it was the original plates. But it was like it must have been a plate that wasn't pressed very often and very clean.
The problem with the record pressings was the cassettes often had that fake artwork where it had like the stripes on the side and it made the artwork smaller.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then the albums oftentimes didn't gatefold or didn't have the inner sleeve.
Yeah.
And they always said like Columbia House on the back, like printed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was the exact same as a regular copy. Sometimes it wasn't. If you were buying an older
Yeah,
record.
the cassettes were the worst. I remember you'd get some of the record club cassettes. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, they had like pink.
The side was like
stripes.
the jukebox label.
Yeah, and then the artwork was just a little square in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm like, and mine, I mean, if you bought an original, it would fold out and have lyrics.
Yeah.
It would go like this far, and then you just got a blank inner. Like,
I remember selling probably 20 years ago, selling an Iron Maiden record that was an RCA record club. It went for crazy money, and I couldn't understand why.
well, people collect Maiden. You know, there's Maiden.
Yeah.
They're like,
Here you go, John.
Exactly. Yeah, make them big. Yeah.
And then it's got the
Exactly.
mini. It's got the.
Yup. But now, if you had the original, it would fill it out, and it probably folded out and had everything they tried to fit on the record.
Yeah, and it's just
But
like
you still
that's
couldn't
it.
read it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you would see these in the truck stops. You remember stopping at the truck stop and they'd have like
Yeah.
almost like bootleg versions.
Cassettes sound awesome. I think cassettes sound great. Like 80s cassettes. They sound different than vinyl, but they don't sound worse. They sound
Well, the cassettes I made, we would boost the treble just a little bit, about like 15, 16K.
I'm talking about just an 80s cassette, like a mid 80s cassette. Like when I fixed my tape player, I'm like, I couldn't believe how good like Bananarama or what was that, In Excess, like just a good 80s pop or some of the hip hop.
Well, and that's the
just
thing.
sounded-
really
it sounded
came
like-
down-
it sounded
if you
very
had a good
analog.
$500 cassette deck, it sounds really good. But the problem is, like now, all these late companies are making cassettes again, and then the modern cassettes sound like shit because they don't have all the nice equipment
Yeah.
like in the 80s and 90s. You know.
And they were probably mastering for cassette, you know, instead of just getting a digital thing. But I'm not saying all cassettes sound great, but if you had, some of them sounded awesome. I forget what I was pulling out.
That's a
Oh,
nice deck.
Aerosmith Pump. I don't like that record, but it sounded great.
Well, in
It
cassettes,
sounded very analog.
What made cassettes so important wasn't even what they were. It was the fact that you could take them in your car.
Oh yeah,
From
that's
what,
cool.
71 to 92? I mean, that was mainly what we had in our cars, you know? And I would say probably 80% of my cassettes were copies. They weren't even original cassettes.
Yeah,
you know?
that's why cassettes got a bad name, because I'm always listening to dubs and dubs of dubs and playing them.
High-speed
Same
copy.
thing with movies.
And I was playing them on the car tape heads that just wore them out.
I did
You
the
know, if I
same
had
thing
a
with
nice
movies, though.
system-
We would rent 3 movies and record them all to one tape on.
Yeah, slow speed. We could get
'Cause
6 hours on here.
You do like SP mode, and it'd be like, oh yeah, like, and then by the end of the day, like the stuff's like razor thin. It's like you're done. Yeah. I used to like record overnight. I record FM. I record overnight onto VHS, and then I would dub it back to cassette, the songs that I wanted. I would just
Breakfast. I don't. I'm sure I've heard this integration on cassette, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. That era on cassette, it was just amazing, and it sounds so analog. If you haven't learned, like I hadn't listened to cassettes in a long time, and once you put it on, you could hear it. If you listen to it often, you might. I'm sure you're used to it, but.
So my Technics that I have, my Technics cassette player, it was $500 in '82, which doesn't sound like much, but in '82 that was a lot of fucking
money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's massive.
Look at these eyes. These are the eyes that will haunt you.
And even back then, I remember when the Dragons came out, they were like $800, $700-800.
my feet. They're gonna walk up to your door. Take a look at this hand, take a look at this hip.
My brother-in-law, last time I went down to LA and we visited, he gave me some of his stereo equipment and records. And he gave me this Denon, which is a really nice deck, and I've never used it. I mean, but
Is it a three? Is it a 3-head deck?
let me see. It's their top of the line. You can make me small.
It's either. That's a very good. I'm sure that Denon was a good name.
What was that? I had like a rack mount T-Act. It was a 3-head deck. It had like the bias adjustment you could use with the little flathead. You know, you could sit there and like, you know, you put the headphones on. You like adjust the high end with the bias.
It looks like it's a 2-head. It says recording playback combination head and then an erase head.
Yeah, I think I have like a Luxman in the garage. That's where my cassette deck is. It's like, yeah.
Take a look at me. Take a look at me. Take a look at me. Take a look at this heart.
This chick could sing, man. She's really good. I wasn't familiar with her stuff.
It's good arrangement.
Yeah.
Take a look at these songs. Take a look at these songs.
I just looked. I was gonna say it sounds like it's from the UK. And yeah, it's just,
Well, I think this. I mean, this was a comp, you know. But I think her stuff was the U.S. It wasn't in the UK.
it's got that Tom Jones sound to it.
She's from Louisiana.
She's from the Bayou.
It's just that classic '60s. Yeah, I could see Appetite. Those, I think, they're like mid '80s cassettes.
She had a long career, though. I mean, she started in the '50s. Irma Thomas.
I think she's still alive.
Yeah, the Lux stuff is crazy expensive, though.
Well, I don't know this band, Toddy.
And I bought
I think this album came out in but never came out like in 72, and then it came out and they only printed like a handful, and then this was a reissue in 2010, I think, and it's not bad.
Nakamichi was smart though, because Nakamichi didn't just make good sounding cassette decks; they were cool looking cassette decks, you know.
Well, Nakamichi had a turntable that would adjust itself if you had like an off-center record. It would literally like reposition itself. Yeah.
And they were the one that started doing the cassette where it would pop out, flip the cassette, and pop back in.
Oh yeah.
And then they were one of the first ones to do the cassette where you didn't even have to flip it; it would just automatically skip to the other head and play the other direction.
Auto reverse.
Yeah. And Nakamichi's the first one I remember where you could hit the fast forward button and it would skip to the next track if you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those options. I never had them.
No. So Harry, did you get that liquid pump for your humming guru?
You know, I'm not that lazy that I gotta buy $150 item to put water in my humming.
I'm telling you, it's awesome. You'll sit there and go, "Wow, this is the greatest thing ever." Yeah.
But I don't get it. Well, how does it know when to pump the water?
You push the button on top.
Push a button.
So all I do is pull the tray out and set it on top and let it.
No. You gotta do it just carefully. You can't just drop it in there because then sometimes the top comes flying off.
Off though sometimes.
Top comes off.
Well, on my original one, the top would pop off because I bought the upgraded one. I have not had that issue with the new.
And not just that, you don't have to worry about the level staying, because the bad thing about using the regular one is every couple records you clean, you got to add more water to it. You know, you don't have to. This one has like twice the water, so you don't have to add water to it.
I've had both of mine. I've had it to where it would spontaneously just dump the water out, you know, and just like and like, oh, what the fuck happened here? It would literally just dump it out and it'd spill everywhere.
Oh, I would a couple of times.
Yeah,
that's how I ruined my first one. because it popped off like that and it spilled onto the board inside the.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? I had 2 issues that had to be repaired, and they were right on top of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, and they were very easy to repair.
And even if your warranty's out, mine was like 2 months out of warranty. They still did it for free, but they said even if I had to buy it, it was only going to be like $30 for the replacement part. You know.
This was one album I had on cassette. This was a cassette.
Yeah, I had this is one I dubbed from a friend.
Yeah, no, I had a fold out with the brain on the table.
So this one is interesting because I think this is one the later stuff that was on Direct Metal Mastered. You know, like I said, I had that Venezuelan copy that wasn't Direct Metal Mastered, but they had a tape. They got the tape, and it's a whole different sounding record So those are the little kind of nuanced things you can look at. Just it's anal stuff like people like me get into, but I mean it's different. You know, so there's other things involved in that kind of shit. So. Anyway.
Yeah, Panel Guy, this is a great way to break in the new drummer, this opening track.
The opening drummer that used to be the drummer for Pat Travers. So, yeah.
The album cover was great. This is so good. This is a band at their absolute height.
Oops. Great lead.
What year was this? Originally?
83. 83. This was so cutting edge for heavy metal at the time. Like, they had no peers.
Martin Birch. Martin Birch was pretty much part of the band, man. They literally had him on retainer. So he'd never worked for anybody else once he started working for Iron Maiden. When would Iron Maiden open up for Dream Theater?
Yeah, I was looking at that.
What was this like with fucking what's his name singing?
Oh,
fucking
the
Blaze
low
Bailey?
point- Yeah, but
Was this when Blaze Bailey
low
was in the
point
band?
was like 94-ish, somewhere around there, but I don't see them opening for Dream Theater. But I don't know. I really don't remember Iron Maiden opening for anyone after 82.
Yeah, other than Judas Priest. So.
Maybe on a festival thing they weren't top billing, but even that, I'd be surprised.
Rick's, my friend, just took his Lin 12 in for servicing, and he had him change the power supply so he could play 45s with it. It was $1,000.
I'm not into computer. I was in the computer industry.
I think most of that expense was the power supply for the dual speeds.
Could have got a Variac for $80.
No, he's picky about this turntable.
Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah.
He's got the voltage. or
Yeah, they
increase
make
the voltage.
I was going to say they make those power supplies, the external ones, for a few $100, where it just changes the voltage of the player.
Yeah.
With all my friends we hang around the back streets here in my hometown. 'Cause I got no money.
Sounds promising.
Yeah, it's a.
Alice Cooper theme going on.
This was something that Rev sent me.
So far, I like this.
It's not bad.
I like it.
Yeah, there's
you're.
To make them.
Go ahead.
Bobby's in the background.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey guys,
Hello, Bobby.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
you sound amazing.
It's got a feeling kind of like sweet a little bit.
Yeah, it's that post
fair.
glam power pop. It's like right in the middle there.
This was a Skinny Tie era in 1980.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if this band might have still had the long hair, like like a Cheap Trick kind of look. It's hard to say.
Almost glam.
In between, in between glam and power pop.
We can hear you just fine, Bobby.
Yeah, we heard that loud and clear. No issues there.
I got my father's nose, man. It leaks all the time, eh? My brother Teddy's got the sneezies from my old man. He can't drive. He just sneeze. He'll do that for 5 minutes for fuck's sake.
Wow. What'd you do? Get a new microphone? Headset?
No, this is old. I was using this at my last apartment because, the other one is fucking up. I don't know. It always works fine, but I don't know what's going on. I don't care. I'll buy a new microphone. I don't like the headset, eh?
I bought new headphones. So I bought some Bio headphones. So now I have but I'm not going to wear them on live stream. But yeah, these are actually pretty good.
Travis, the Nakamichi Dragon was like $1,500 when it came out. It was super.
Randy called it. Yep, they look like the Bay City Rollers on the picture sleeve. That's what I'm picturing. Like
in 1980.
It's still the short hair was still not
without
like
the
it was.
plaid.
It was advanced to have short hair,
I've never heard of them before.
Me neither.
I hadn't know either until I opened up the box.
I like it.
What label was it on? Do you know?
It was like Vox, I think, something like that. Vox, maybe Vox.
Oh, Vox is part of.
I could be wrong. I had so many 45s that I don't. Let me go look.
But to call it Power Pop Purveyors, it must be.
Not
an original issue.
I'm looking at the single. It's an EP.
Yeah, it's on the VOXX records, not VO. It's like VOXX.
Yeah,
it's part of it's part of Bomb.
Yeah,
it is part of Bomb. Yeah,
Bomb would do their modern, like power pop garage bands often on Vox.
Totally Bay City Rollers.
Hey, I seen earlier that Beano, his area was on fire. Where does Beano live?
Australia.
Australia. Ah, yeah. So it's summertime down there right now. Actually, yesterday, 2 days ago in Toronto, we had an ice storm. Today, it was 60 degrees. Fucking weird
warmer than it is here.
60 degrees and rain.
Hey, Alex.
Reminisce.
Yeah, they're great. The Have You Seen Vic is a great single.
I have that one too.
It sounds a little like
post-punk, but they're a little almost goth in there.
Yeah.
Rock Lobster, this sounds like.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
That first album of theirs, Rock Lobster, I like that album.
Yeah, the lyrics definitely have the goth, that gothic, yeah.
Yeah.
He was only 55 here, although I got a nice bike ride in, but yeah.
The Dream Theater opened from Iron Maiden in 2010.
This would have been real big in 1991.
Yeah. But have you seen Vic?
I have that
Is
45.
Yeah, that Vic called. What's it? It's I'm getting the title wrong, but anyway, that's a top track.
I really like this too, though, with the horns.
Yeah.
It's Vic There is the song.
Is Vic there? I knew I had it wrong. Yeah, is Vic there?
You were close.
Is Vic there? Yeah, it's great. You can play that. Yeah, play that. It's worth hearing.
What size venue were they playing at, Eddie? How many people?
2010 should have been that.
I like Dream Theater, some of their music.
Yeah, these guys weren't bad. I think he sent most of their material. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of their singles. Them and like Delta 5, like maybe 5 of their singles.
$82 was cheaper than. Oh, you're talking Canadian. Travis might be talking Canadian money.
No, he's in the U.S.
82. Well, that was probably $5.99, $6.99, right?
Alamo Dome. That's like what, 20,000 people? Is that like 20,000, Eddie?
Yeah, 2010 Maiden were bigger.
Yeah.
It was just that little period in the mid '90s where they were going to theaters and clubs.
Started out like Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, I was about to say that intro was Blue Oyster Cult, yeah.
Big good band open for Bauhaus.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of when I heard the vocals was
Yeah.
Bauhaus.
Can we hear some Tyranny and Mutation?
What song do you want to hear from Tyranny and Mutation?
Whole record.
Let's just go random and say side 1, track 2.
OD'd on Life Itself?
Sounds good. I saw them do that live last year, and it was horrible. It was so bad. It was disappointing, really.
Yeah.
They kind of mailed it in. So, yeah.
It's just the way you said it. You sounded like you were about to say how much you liked it, and you're like, I saw that last year. It sucked.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them in the past, years ago, when they were really, really good.
Well, I saw them when they opened for Deep Purple, and this is probably like maybe 8 years ago. Kasim Sultan was playing bass for them, and they just got that new kid to play, and you could tell they got kind of a rejuvenation. But then Deep Purple came out, and they looked like they had mailed it in, and I was like going, okay, yeah. Ian Gillan was just like kept going in the back, and he's like wearing like John Anderson like kind of pajama looking like things,
My wife was making fun of him because she was like, man, these guys have been together for 50 years. They made all this money, and he's wearing Walmart clothes. They were great, though, last time I saw them. Deep Purple was, I mean.
It probably varies from show to show, so yeah.
But they put a big, long guitar solo in the middle of Last Days of May that did not need to be there, and it just broke up the whole theme of the song. It was just, I don't know.
The one that killed me was Kansas. I mean, they sounded great. They sounded really good. But they would play one of their hits and then do like a 15-minute jam.
Yeah.
And you'd be bored out of your mind. They're one of their hits. They only did like 3 hits the whole night. It was like an hour-long set. They did 3 hits, one at the beginning, one at the end, and one in the middle. And then it was just like 20 minutes of wankery in between each one.
And the one time I saw Willie Nelson, he did like the hits, but they were all like quick medleys. You know, just bam, 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 bam.
He was really good. I've seen
I
him
played a different song.
in the last couple years. He's been really good.
Yeah, Alex, you missed like 9 minutes of Ken Booth or 12
Yeah.
minutes of Ken Booth.
9
Definitely
minutes.
longer than 9
9
minutes.
minutes.
9 minutes. It was 9
I
minutes.
didn't
9
lie,
minutes.
it was longer.
Not,
You must have
9
had it
minutes
on
and
9
33 seconds.
Ken Booth. Ken
You
Booth.
must have had it
is-
on 33 instead of 45.
Yeah.
Even the two Department S songs don't amount to the one Ken Booth.
No.
Because there was like 3 minutes of John saying, "This is a long song."
Yeah, Disco Devil. Ken Booth. I'm a big fan of Ken Booth.
I just think the 12-inch lies about how long it was. 'Cause
So-
it was 30 minutes in when it stopped.
So this song sounds like "I'll Stop the World and Melt with You." This sounds like
Yeah,
a
a little
complete.
Well, because this is '86 now. They
I know.
had nothing but that song.
Yeah.
I know.
The early stuff you played was.
That was a great song, though. I liked it.
Oh, Stop the World's out. That's an amazing song. Perfect pop song.
Play it.
This is basically it.
Yeah, you're hearing it right now.
And I think they recut it a couple of different times and reissued like.
They recut it. They could recut it right here.
Yeah.
I don't-
There were a couple bands in the 80s that did that too. They'd have
Yeah.
a hit song on their first record, and their second record would be like a reprise version
Yeah. Oh yeah. The
of
Rags
the
for
hit
one.
song. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of.
I don't-
bands tried it.
I don't have "Melt with You." I don't have it. The only album I have from them is that Mesh and Lace record that we like so much.
I have it on the soundtrack.
They don't have the Water Boys either.
I'm gonna send that to him. I've just been working so much, Patrick, Bobby. He'll get it soon enough.
I was really surprised to find out he didn't have that. 'Cause that was a hot
What,
goddamn.
that he doesn't have Irish music?
That ain't exactly Irish.
Who's my rival? We're all part of the big DC family. I have no idea.
There's
who
no
you're talking about.
rival.
There's no rivals. I don't feel like I have a rivalry with anybody. So,
Have you guys been watching any of the Vinyl
Jeez.
Tag videos?
No.
not really.
I don't.
Vinyl
Randy,
Richie did a good
200
one.
bucks.
You got,
I saw Vinyl Richie's one. I saw some of Vinyl Richie's one. It was pretty
yeah,
funny.
that was good.
Randy, those dance hall, depending on what it is. I mean, sometimes there's good dance hall, but like a lot of that you can't give that stuff away, and they made so much of it. I don't
Ever
know. Like
since,
they sell for sometimes a buck a piece, but they just don't sell.
Ever since Vinyl Richie retired, he's doing an awful lot more video.
If it's a store that sells reggae, maybe they'll get more. Yeah, 110. Yeah, I figure 50 cents a piece. They'll sell them for $2, and they'll sit. Unless there's some good ones in there, but I just don't know enough. Like what's considered good of that?
Which one? Thousands of records or millions of records, whatever.
No, he's got like a lot of reggae records he bought.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
all like 80s dance hall. People don't like it so much. I mean, some people do.
I like Tim. Tim's a good guy.
Yeah, Tim's a good guy.
I seen maybe 3 of them. I seen Vinyl Richie, Steve Carlson, and who else did I see? Somebody else Vinyl Tag too. Oh, we did one. We did the Vinyl Tag last week on George's stream. Mazzy read it all out, and we answered some of the questions, right? So I did the Vinyl Tag.
I tagged you in mine. You got to watch mine.
Well, you tagged me.
Yeah.
So,
Why
Randy, you
tag
didn't,
I
you didn't
talked
get ripped
about
off.
you.
Yeah, you didn't get ripped off. I mean, that's...
Yeah, Tim hasn't been on here in a while. He's popping from time to time.
I was supposed to meet up with him in Denver, but the logistics weren't there because of Thanksgiving. But he did send me to a really good record store.
Alex,
There was
there's
no
not
rival.
that stuff. You look on eBay, man. You could get that stuff so cheap.
Even
It
his
depends
vocal
on the
delivery
singles.
on this album is straight up Hendrix. voice. He's trying to sound like Hendrix, not just the guitar playing.
Well, Hendrix came to him, you know.
Yeah. He was really young too in his first record. I think 𝐿 he was only like 17 or 18 when he recorded that, wasn't he?
I don't know. He always looked old to me. He was like one of those guys who was always old. But I only knew him as a kid in the 80s looking at the 70s guy. So if he was 27, he would look ancient.
Yeah.
Barry Calf was amazing.
Well, he's the same age as you, John.
Yeah.
Here I'm looking, Harry.
71.
And you got 3
Close.
tags.
He's not as way older than I you know.
Oh,
Yeah, you're 15.
it's the regular vinyl tag 2026.
Harry, which tag is it? You got 3 of them up
The
there.
vinyl tag 2026.
Yeah, that does surprise me though, John. Somebody will pass away, and you remember them being old when you were young.
But like if he's
And they're only
71,
like 6 years. They're only like 6 years older than me. You're like,
yeah,
holy
I mean,
shit.
but even him, like he's only like 16 years older than me. Like that's not a lot.
Yeah.
I seen these guys quite a bit back in the early days, Mahogany Rock.
This is early. This is their second album, right? Strange Universe.
He still might be playing, actually, fucking Frank Marino.
He just announced shows again for the first because he got really sick during the pandemic and he retired from doing live tours. And then he just announced a couple shows for this year. He was having trouble playing though.
You know, when he first started out, guys used to boo him, going, "You ain't Hendrix, you ain't Hendrix," like that, eh? Some of those early shows. But,
By his fourth record, though, he had his own sound, and it was fantastic.
yeah, he did. I mean, if he ain't Hendrix, he's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
You know who I like more than Hendrix? Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I don't.
I mean, well, Stevie's great, but Hendrix was, you know, he was an innovator, and it just, you know, nothing was Hendrix. I seen him, eh? Nothing looked practical.
I love Stevie Ray Vaughan, but Stevie Ray Vaughan had Hendrix and Clapton and Peter Green to build off of, you know?
Yeah,
Hendrix didn't have that, you know?
But he did it from the soul. It came from his soul when he played. It was amazing.
Well, he practiced me.
That Austin City Limits show
He
is
practiced,
incredible.
practiced. But Hendrix would just come out of his fingers. It was flash. He was like a, you know, lightning striking, right? And then it'd strike someplace else. That was Hendrix. Stevie Ray was like a storm that builds and builds and builds, eh? And I mean, I'm sure Stevie Ray had bloody fingers sometimes from, you know, what he practiced to be as good as he was.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with Harry. Nothing touches Hendrix. I mean, he's his own universe.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, he's the original.
absolutely.
And if Hendrix didn't show up, you went to go see him. Mitch Mitchell's one of the greatest drummers of all rock and roll, and like, just Mitch Mitchell is worth the price of a ticket.
Yeah, Rory Gallagher's up there, too.
Eric Johnson.
But Hendrix had the whole package. He had the songs, he had the vocals, he had the look, he had the show. There is a lot more than Rory Gallagher.
He wasn't great.
He's a guitar player.
Yeah. I just,
Well,
to me,
everything about him was so goddamn different. You're mentioning his vocals. He didn't have no powerful voice or nothing else like that. He was squeaking out most of them tunes. But with his guitar work and Mitch in the background, and I gotta say, even the bass player, what the hell is his name? He was pretty goddamn.
No Redding.
No
Redding, right? He was pretty goddamn.
No,
good.
Hendrix. He's not a great singer, but he's a great rock and roll voice.
No, but he knew how to use his voice
And-
the right way, you know?
Well, but yeah. But I mean,
great
wasn't
guy,
all
like
young.
guy in the studio too with all the overdubbing. The guy, he's his own universe. I think he's perfect.
Well, and
Not
and a lot
everything
of the
he
stuff
did,
that happened
but-
in the studio in the 70s and 80s was stuff that he created in the studios in the 60s.
And he was doing it on 4 tracks.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, what it was when Hendrix first came out in 1967, everybody I knew would say, You know, these are only 3 guys. Nobody believed it was
The
only
best one is when I don't remember. It was like Page and Plant, a couple of the guys from the Beatles, and who else was the Rolling Stones were there at like that first big show.
Oh,
yeah, Clapton,
And was it
Townsend.
Keith Richards?
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm gonna quit after this."
at Alex Corner's bar. They all come to see Hendrix, eh?
Yeah.
Was that the night that he played
Townsend.
Sgt. Pepper?
Alex Corner, he's the
That was
father of
one
the-
night, but he had like a residency. I think he was playing a lot.
There was like one show where like the Stones were there, Pink Floyd was there, like all the big bands.
I
of
think
the era
as
were at this
yeah, I
one.
might have the names reversed. Like as
Ronnie
Townsend
Wood-
was
Ronnie
leaving,
Wood was
Clapton
there
was
too.
going in.
The Faces,
Yeah.
Ronnie
That
Wood
bad?
was there
No,
too.
that good.
Yeah.
They all had to have a look at this new guitar player. I mean, I love that story. I've heard 3 or 4 different guys talk about it, right? That were there, right?
Then again, the same thing happened with Eddie Van Halen. The exact same thing happened with Eddie Van Halen.
Yep, 100%. All these 15-year-old kids learning Led Zeppelin licks all of a sudden changed their style when
What was
Eruption
special
came
about
out.
Rory Gallagher was when the first Taste record got recorded, he was like 16 years old. And he was already impressing like Robert Terry. He was already impressing all the British blues guys. Like Jeff Beck was talking about how great he was when he was in Taste, you know?
Yep.
Well,
This cat's you're a problem. You're a problem, Jet. You're...
That cat don't like the camera, hey?
She's a feisty one, man. She's like I said, she's a problem. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't forget Richie Blackmore, panel guy. He's one of my all-time favorites, but
Blackmore, Beck.
he doesn't get his due, maybe because of Smoke on the Water is such a primitive, like, Dumbo riff, so
He doesn't get his
gets
due till he
overlooked.
started
He gets-
doing the Renaissance stuff and killed
Yeah,
his
but even
career.
in the 80s, when people would, like, every guitar magazine would be like, Beck, Clapton, Page, like, Blackmore should be up there. Maybe they were...
well, he was good.
It's just Deep Purple weren't as famous or something, I don't know, but...
They
he
weren't
could
as big
outplay
over
both-
here.
Not Beck, but he could outplay Clapton and Page.
You know, it's funny, you know, I seen most of those great guitar players from the early 60s and early 70s and late 60s. And some of them really, really surprised me. Randy California surprised me, and so did Frank Zappa. When I seen Frank Zappa in 59, I couldn't believe how good of a guitar player he was.
Oh, he's amazing, yeah. His whole band, what he was good at is he was good at putting guys together. His whole band was one of the best bands I've ever heard. They were so good.
Well, he was a hard taskmaster, a little bit of an idiot, I always thought, right?
Oh, he 100% was. Look at this kid's names.
Out of all of the rock and rollers, you know, they talk about tags about who would you like to meet, you know, out of a dead rock and roller. A lot of people say John Lennon or Jimi Hendrix. I always say Frank Zappa. He's one guy I'd like to spend a day with.
I don't consider him a rock and roller. I consider him a musician. You know, he played rock and roll. He would do versions. Some songs were in the style of rock and roll.
He had a lot of
He
fusion
was
stuff too,
different. He
though.
was different, right?
He was a musician up here, and I don't think of him as a rock and roller. Like he wasn't like.
You know what? It's some of
You're
his interviews.
And I'm not saying I'm right. It's just the way I think of him, how my brain puts him.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Some of his interviews too. He was just a pretentious asshole in a a lot of those interviews.
Well, you can ask Jim
He
from
could
Record
do-
Collector News what he's like. So yeah.
He could do doo-wop, right? But you wouldn't say he's a doo-wop guy. He could do a jazz album. You wouldn't say, oh, Zappa's a jazz guy. He did classical. He's not a classical guy.
Yeah.
And when he did rock and roll, he wasn't a rock and roll guy. He was just a musician and a writer or a genius, whatever you want to say. But
his very first
Eddie Cochran, Lemmy, you know, these are Little Richard, they're rock and rollers. Like
What's crazy about Zappa is his band was so good that if he wrote good lyrics, he could have been one of the biggest bands of that era.
You want to know why? I mean, Zappa, to me,
This is the Norton series, the Green series, where they're all doing Stones covers.
I guess.
Yeah, I think this is a Norton.
Yeah, the flip side is like 27,000 years, whatever the fuck, 2,000 years.
Yeah, different band. I think it was 2 bands.
Yeah, there's a different band. It was
all the new bands doing.
Right,
I got a couple. I don't have this one, but I got a few of those.
He doesn't get the credit.
Travis says we're underestimating John Paul Jones on guitar.
Yes.
On everything. He gets dismissed on everything, really.
And on bass keyboard.
I was going to say that for Frank Zappa, you learn exactly what kind of a musician he's going to be. His very first time on TV that I know of, he was on the Gong Show.
Yeah.
Right?
No. He was on the Steve Allen show.
Oh, maybe.
Playing a bicycle.
He played the bicycle.
Yeah, right. At the Gong Show, when you seen him on the Gong Show, you knew this guy was going to be weird, right? Me, anyhow, right?
I used to love the Gong Show. It was so funny.
Oh.
Gene, the dancing machine.
That was so stupid. Not so old.
Yeah, these were the. This was off this series of Norton where they did like a knockoff of London Records.
Yeah.
And it was all London Stones covers. This is the Swinging Neck Breakers and the Shanks. Don't You Bother Me, and It's Not Easy. They picked all good Stone songs.
It's got a whole section of Norton 7-inch records now.
Yeah, I wish I had those.
Basically, they're all $5 a piece.
Yeah, that's what
they've got a ton of them here.
Yeah, I have a couple.
There you
maybe
go,
3. Chris.
Eddie Booth. I had a couple of his albums.
Oh yeah, Rock Steady. That's a great track. Ricks. Do the Rock Steady. Yeah, I don't remember the Shanks. I got it because of the Swinging Neck Breakers. They were a fantastic band. They played my wedding.
Yeah, Half Price Books here has a ton of Nortons. A lot of that shit. I bought like a crap ton of them the other day.
He's another one. I thought he was a lot older. He's in his 70s. I thought he was in his 90s.
At least he's still above ground.
I wonder who that is singing with him.
Could not tell you. I don't know if they probably uncredited. I would imagine.
Probably doesn't.
That organ.
I love the organ in this stuff.
Now, what was that riff they just played?
I don't know, but everything is stolen from this from like 62 to 70. Everything is absolutely stolen.
So he sent me a comp of like Bob Marley at the Wailers at Studio One, where they're covering like the Beatles and they're doing all sorts of weird shit. Man, it's like not all of it. Not all of it's very good.
I'll take melodies as
it's Norma Frazier.
Oh, she got credit.
I had to look it up on Discogs.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Chris. Yeah, I don't remember what else I have. I don't have it sorted. Like, it's alphabetically.
Yeah, FYE's funny. I remember there used to be FYEs everywhere. Then they disappeared for like 20 years. Now they're popping up again.
Huh. Yeah, that freaking Bob Marley comp you said, it had like 20 songs each record. It's like 40 fucking songs, man. I was like going, holy shit.
Which one?
It's like I said, it's like Bob Marley and the Wailers at Studio One. It's like their early recordings from like 62 to 66.
Well, even that box set, it's got like all the Whaler stuff is like that. Each record is, it's like each track is like this thin.
Yeah.
My favorite,
like the
Bob
Kate
Marley
Williams.
My favorite Bob Marley tune is the first one actually, "Simmer Down," right?
Yeah.
That's
Simmer
rock
Down's
and
great.
roll.
I like every verse. That's one he did in ska. He did 3 different versions.
Right. Now you want to talk about a guitar player that to me is up there with everybody. Is this guy right here? He could sing and play. Combination singer and player, probably better than anybody if you compare the two. He's a better singer than any other guitar player I can think of. Good guitar player I can think of. Other than, you know. So who's a better vocalist as a guitar player? Like a guitar god vocalist.
Good question.
Think about it.
Mark Knopfler's pretty good.
Yeah.
David
I
Gilmour's
think-
pretty good.
I think he's a Bill Lynnett's not a guitar player.
Well, who's a guitar player here?
Steve Marriott.
Right here, John Sykes.
Prince was pretty fucking good.
I like Steve Marriott.
I thought you were talking about a guy who played an instrument and sang.
No. Like guitar god vocalist. So I counter that John Sykes. I counter John Sykes. Yeah, I counter that John Sykes is the best singer and combination guitar god vocalist of anybody. So, my opinion. I think he's a better singer than Gilmour. I think he's a better singer than Knopfler.
What about Steve Marriott?
He's a better guitar player than Steve Marriott.
I don't know. His blues look pretty good.
So, I mean, I like Steve Marriott a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Steve Marriott. I'm with Bobby.
Yay!
I'm not. I still think John Sykes is a way better singer.
One of the greatest. No way.
Everybody's got an opinion, Pat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark Farner's not bad.
He's not a great guitar player.
What, Mark Knopfler's not a great guitar player when he...
I don't think he's
Not
up
at
in
these
that.
levels, I understand.
There's a lot of great guitar players. I'm talking about like upper echelon. John Sykes is looked up upon by a lot of contemporary people as the Eddie Van, like the next generation after Eddie Van Halen. So yeah, he's dead.
Wasn't he around before Eddie Van Halen?
Steve Winwood was keyboard so mostly, wasn't he?
Yeah, but nobody knew who he was. I don't know, when did he join Tigers of Fantasy?
I don't know if he was before Eddie Van Halen.
I don't think he was.
I think he was 79-ish.
Yeah, he probably joined Tigers of Fantasy, what, 81?
Yeah.
If you want to broaden it outside a guitar player, I'm gonna nominate Roger Taylor as the best vocalist that played an instrument. And I'm not being funny. I'm the guy, one of the greatest vocalists. He just gets told short because he was
Now Lindsey Buckingham can sing and can play guitar, so that I would, he'd be in the conversation for me.
Yeah, so with me too. I was trying to remember his name earlier. He was, his style of playing, like Mark Knopfler, it was different than, all the other rock and roll guitar players, right? And that's why, I love the guitar players. And if some guy's good and a little bit different, I'm into them, right?
What made Mark Knopfler so good, though, is he was playing with his fingers, and he sounded just as powerful as these guys with the picks did.
Well, not only his guitar playing, but his lyrics.
Yeah, and he had the video help.
Great
That's what
on
helped. That's what helped that band. The video and I Want My MTV. With
But they were already huge before that. That was their third record.
That was the first time I heard them.
Were they big at that point? I don't think they were that big.
It was a pretty big song, wasn't it?
Which one?
For nothing, it was,
Sultans of Swing off their debut. That was a pretty big hit when it came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, but their second album, they didn't have a hit, did they? Well, the second album was what? Was like 𝐶𝐚𝐫𝐞𝐫? Was that the second one? No.
Well, the Money album.
Making movies?
Money
I think that was
album
the second one, yeah.
huge. That was huge. The Money album. Everybody had that I knew, and it was played on what, MTV, I guess, all the time, right?
I'm gonna say good night. I gotta take her outside.
Have a good
All
one.
right, Rosie. Good night, Rosie.
See ya.
Good night, everybody. Get out of there. We go.
I can kick you out if you want.
James Hetfield's a pretty good singer guitar player.
He's not a good singer.
Oh, he's a great
Not-
singer.
I think he's a great
I don't
singer.
think-
Oh man, he's absolutely great.
I'm not a big fan of his singing, but that's just me. So, but what's it?
But you gotta put it in context of what he's doing.
Tom
he's the
Tom
top of the-
Kiefer
top
Tom
of the
Kiefer
crap.
can sing and play, but I don't think
Tom
he's.
Araya.
Well, you know,
He's
when you're
playing
talking,
bass, though.
when you're talking best singers,
Yeah, but to play bass is harder than playing guitar singing.
and
It's
Roy
easier to play chords
No.
and sing than it is to play like bass lines.
Did Roy Orbison play guitar? Because he's probably got the best voice
I
out
think
of
he
all
did
of them.
play guitar, but I don't.
Elvis did.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Elvis played
Roy
guitar.
Clark, he was a great guitar player, singer.
I'm
He
a
was
picking
hilarious,
and
too.
I'm a grinning.
Well, what about Glenn Campbell, if you want to talk that era?
Buck Owens.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Glenn Campbell was on the Wrecking
Play
Crew.
lead, like,
Glenn Campbell's on the Wrecking Crew and could sing.
Glenn Campbell couldn't read a note of music.
He didn't
A
have
lot
to.
of those guys couldn't back then.
He could play anything, though, eh, Glenn Campbell? Like that country guy that did all the movies. What the hell is his name?
Roy Rogers. The cowboy guy did all the movies. Gene Autry.
Actually, I had a cowboy shirt, and it had Gene Autry across. He was my
Yeah.
favorite cowboy when I was a kid, and I watched all his movies, serials, and the show. Like
I knew the president of his fan club. This old lady. She invited me down to her basement. She had all this Gene Autry stuff. Like, used to meet him every time he came to town. But she ran the fan club in the 40s or whatever. And I said something about Roy Rogers, and she got all upset. Roy Rogers, like, no good.
So if you're gonna go James Hetfield, I'm gonna go fucking Kurt Cobain then. So you know.
Kurt Cobain was actually, he had some pretty high notes. He was a good singer. I don't think he was a great guitar player.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's not a great guitar player.
Some people love his playing.
Steve Marriott.
Yeah, Steve Marriott doesn't. Kurt Cobain can't touch Steve Marriott.
I mean, Steve Marriott's voice, for one thing, and his guitar, you know.
Let's hear 30 Days in the Hole in a little bit.
Remember, it's not just the singing. It has to be the complete picture. It has to be the guitar
Steve
playing as
Marriott,
well.
In the small faces, he's like Pete Townsend.
Well, Pete Townsend's not known as he's a great rhythm player, but he's not a great lead player. So we're talking, yeah. So
I thought we talked, but the music
we're,
didn't call for leads.
we're talking about guitar heroes and singing. So guitar heroes.
Pete
heroes.
Townsend's a guitar hero.
Damn right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's a guitar hero.
he was a guitar hero. He had a different style, but
He was a great guitar writer. He wrote amazing stuff. He played amazing stuff, but he was not.
Pete
To me, he's not a
Townsend's known for the guitar. That's
But
like,
you make it sound like,
there's a Mount Rushmore of guitar players. Pete Townsend's not going to be on it.
but you make it sound like John Sykes was playing lead guitar while he was singing. He was playing rhythm while he was singing, and he would take over lead in between.
I didn't say. All I said was singing
You
and
just said that
guitar.
somebody's a rhythm player, not a lead player, so they don't count.
Well, Pete Townsend didn't play lead
I'm not even
hardly
saying
at all.
Townsend.
You know,
I love this
so-
stuff. I love this. Yeah, Robert Johnson.
man.
There you go, Travis.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, Mustaine has the perfect voice for what he does, but I wouldn't. And Megadeth's one of my favorite bands. I wouldn't put them in there though.
I'll even play the best version of this that I have. So I'm not even going to taint the results here. So here we go.
play Simmer Down if you got it.
Well, that was a cool thing. So they, for Simmer Down and for Stir It Up, they did a rocksteady version, a ska version, and a reggae version. Those were songs that followed them.
Okay, well then could Bob Marley be? He could play guitar and he sang. Is he going to be in the conversation?
Yeah, but he played one or two chords for the whole song. He's not a good example.
Well,
he had other singers.
Like you look at his best songs, and it's literally 2 chords the whole song.
Yeah. He had other singers that were great though. Peter Tosh.
Well, yeah, he had a lot of great people around him.
Bunny Wailer was another.
Yeah, the I3s, his backup singers were great too.
Rita Marley, he had the girls there too.
That was the first musician's biography I read was Bob Marley.
That was one thing about Bob Marley concerts. You did not have to bring any pot with you. You get a contact guy, no problem. Everybody's smoking grass. Everybody.
You saw Bob Marley?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Back in the 72, 73, something like that. It was not a huge hall. 1,200.
Yeah, that's before he was really big, 72, 73. But I don't think he blew up until Clapton covered him, did he?
I think it was Convocation Hall.
Yeah, the mid-70s. It was like 75, 76 when the reggae was catching on in America.
Well, big Bob Marley was huge, right? Up here in Toronto, anyhow.
Yeah, later he was, but when you saw him in 72.
Well, Toronto has a huge Jamaican community, so he may have been big there just because of that.
Well, yeah.
And they're also more connected to the English music scene, which was bigger than.
Well, when I seen him,
America, you couldn't.
What about
he didn't get big in America until I Shot the Sheriff from Clapton, and then he started touring here in the early '80s. Late
when
70s,
I seen him, it was 90% Jamaicans in the room. When I seen him, eh?
So what about Prince as a guitar player and a singer?
He is one of the most underrated guitar players of all time.
Prince, well, yeah.
He was fantastic. And what's funny is you didn't hear it on the albums all the time, but if you watch live stuff of Prince,
and not only is he doing the singing and that, he's got the dance steps going and the whole stage show working with him.
And he is playing lead while he's singing. And he's playing those crazy guitars. I don't even know how he played those. Oh, no, he's not overrated at all. He played like 15 instruments, and he played them all amazing.
Yeah, every interview I've heard of people who were in the studio with that guy doesn't say he's overrated at all. So.
No way. He could play a drum solo. He could play a lead solo.
He was
in the pocket with like rhythm, like James Brown, and while he's dancing and singing and songwriting, he's amazing.
He's a triple threat, man.
Quintuple threat. He had the fashion, everything.
He could write songs. He could play.
And he was a genius too, because he didn't do interviews for like the first 10 years of his career. He wouldn't do interviews with anybody. I remember the first time I heard him talk, and he's got that deep voice. You're like, where the fuck did that come from?
I've seen these guys, Humble Pie. I can't remember whether it was 71 or 72, but I remember them playing this song right here. One of the songs, eh?
Well, Peter Frampton had left the band, so you saw, what is it, Zal Clemenson was the other guitar player?
Well, no. Peter Frampton was with Marriott when I seen him, so it had to be 60 or 71 then, or maybe even 70. It was a Beggar's Banquet concert, right?
Yeah, because Frampton doesn't play on this, so. Dude, when did he officially leave?
It was just Blood Rock and Blodwin Pig were on the same gig.
It was right before the Fillmore record, if I remember.
He was on the Fillmore record.
How crazy is that for Frampton, though, that he did all these amazing Humble Pie records, he did all his solo records, and the only thing you know him for is that one live record.
So he left. He left in September of '71. After he was on the Rock and the Fillmore, but it was just becoming successful when he left.
But I think he left before it came out. No, maybe
no,
not.
No. It was actually successful. It's because it says here. It says He left right as the band's live album was becoming a major success. So yeah.
Okay, because I watched the documentary the other day, and he left like they recorded it and then he left. But okay, so he.
And then I think Zal Clemenson, I think from Alex Harvey was the guy that got to replace him. I think. Is it from Alex Harvey? Zal Clemenson?
Yeah, on that Hall of Fame.
Alex Harvey. Yeah.
Guitar Gently Weep solo. That was definitely a middle finger to Eric Clapton's original solo.
But I saw the performance. I never seen it before. Was it Natural Born Woman? But I didn't realize they all sing. It's really cool. Greg, the bass player, and Frampton.
Sorry. It was Clem Clemson, not Zal Clemson. Zal Clemson took over at Aerosmith. Clem Clemson was the one that came over.
Yeah, Clem. That's right. Yeah.
Everybody remembers that Frampton Comes Alive album.
Yeah, it's funny there. That's the album, the only album people know from him.
I never liked it, actually.
It's a great record. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well,
it's better. I mean, the live versions are better than the studio versions.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, they are that, but I wasn't a Peter Frampton fan.
I'm the same way with what Dixie Chicken, what band was that?
Little Feat.
Yeah, I don't like any of Little Feat's albums, but that double live they have is fantastic.
Yeah. But that was like the Frampton Comes to Live is probably the pinnacle of that whole 70s putting out live albums, and that
it was big. It was big. Everybody had it.
And everyone had to put out a live album in that era, and his was probably the best selling.
It's not a Kiss calendar, it's a drawing that was done by Rachel's wife, Sue.
Yeah.
Well, technically, Diamond Daryl sings Pussy Tight, so you could have, like, Daryl as the singer and a guitar player.
You mean Dimebag Daryl?
No. Well, he wasn't Dimebag when he did Pussy Tight.
No, if you're going to do that...
He was Diamond Daryl at that point.
Yeah, I remember.
If you're going to do that, then you're going to have Brian May, you're going to have every side, Keith Richards, every side guy that sang a song.
I would not put Keith Richards in there. He was not a great singer.
But it worked for what he was doing.
Keith Richards is a guitar hero.
Oh, no, he definitely is.
He's got arthritis so bad now he can't really play.
Yeah. It's all done, Bobby.
Yeah. I always thought he had some of the ugliest hands that you see. Actually, he reminded me...
Oh, they're all knotted and the knuckles were all arthritis. Yeah.
He reminded me of... I knew a catcher. Like, I played a lot of baseball, and I knew a catcher that his hands were like that. He caught with two hands, right? And his hands were all fucked up.
What's the drummer from the Stones?
Charlie Watts.
Charlie Watts?
The drummer now.
Oh, Steve Jordan.
Yeah, I just saw a video of him where he was telling the history of Chess Records. It's really good. I guess he was one of the advisors for Cadillac Records and for a couple of the books.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have the Chess Records book somewhere. One of the greatest labels.
Oh, yeah.
What a street that was for record companies, eh? Michigan Avenue. Oh, there was 7 or 8 record companies there.
Chess Records put out a lot of killer rockabilly, too. Like, it wasn't all just black artists.
Oh, doo-wop music, right?
They were genius, too, because those first 4 or 5 Chess records didn't have the artists on the cover on purpose so that nobody knew that they were black, you know? Alan Wolf wasn't on the cover. Chuck Berry wasn't on the cover.
Yeah, it'd just be like a guitar next to a fireplace or something. Yeah.
How genius is that, though, you know?
Yeah, but it was still like the singles. Things like albums were like afterthoughts. It still was singles and 78s. Maybe not 78s by the time the albums came out, but it was still singles.
Well, they were selling 78 at first, right?
Yeah, but I mean, by the time like the Howlin' Wolf, like folk blues, where there was no pictures of the guys, 78s were done by then, but.
And that was pretty much before picture sleeves. I mean, there were some picture sleeves, but not many.
Dale Hawkins was on Chess Records. Susie Q.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, man, but this sounds kind of dated now.
It sounds of its time.
Yeah.
I got 3 or 4 Pantera
Very, very brittle.
CDs.
I think what hurt them, as good as Dimebag was, if they had a second guitar player in there, their sound would have been so much thicker. I think it would have been better.
I think it would have been better if Vinny wasn't always following fucking Daryl's playing. I mean, it's like just constantly this. If they could have merged, if they could have meshed power metal with this, I think it would have been better for me.
You know, that song was going back and forth in my earplugs here. The stereo.
That was a bad tour by the time they hit Phoenix. The Pantera with White Zombie. Anselmo was so high on heroin at that point that he would like get halfway into a song and just stop singing, start F this and F that, and he'd go into these rants and stuff.
I bet Eddie's seen Pantera.
Eddie requested it, so I'm sure he has.
Oh, Eddie requested this, did he? Hi, Eddie.
I think Argo had Clarence Frogman Henry, like that's a rock and roll track. Argo, I think that's Argo. I think they mainly did jazz.
I got a video of him doing his famous song, right? And it's got over 100,000 views.
Of what, Bobby?
Of Frogman Henry, right?
Oh yeah, but is that on Argo? Am I remembering? Is that Argo Records?
Well, no. This is a video that I stole.
Yeah,
from...
no, I understand, but I'm trying to think. Was that Argo? That was part
Chris,
of.
Seeing as this came out before Time Bomb, Time Bomb's a sped up version of this.
I got it someplace for 45.
Yeah, I probably do too.
I haven't seen it in a long time though.
I'm trying to think of the Argo Records.
Yeah, it might be. The pale blue one.
Yeah, Argo. Two different Argos I
Here
have.
we are. Simmer down.
Ain't Got No Home, that was his huge hit. And this looks like a 60s Argo, maybe, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But that was Chess.
Bobby's feeling it now, people.
Oh, this is great too. My favorite Whaler too. To me, when I first heard this in the late 60s, a buddy of mine was into this. He's got a show actually on Toronto University station. But to me, I called it rock and roll reggae is what I thought it was, right? To me, right? Because this is rock and roll reggae.
Yeah, when we heard this in the 80s as kids, we're like, oh, I didn't know Bob Marley was in a doo-wop band. Like,
this is Bob Marley in a suit with the short hair and the...
But like, I mean, it's not doo-wop, but it was just so vocal. Like, but we thought, like, hey, Bob Marley played doo-wop.
Hey, at least nobody's told me that my mic is too quiet today.
When they used to dance to this too, eh?
Well, part of this being so good as the band too. This is the Scatolites playing the music.
Oh, I gotta have a Coke for this.
You're gonna do Coke? Not.
I gotta have a Coke.
when you take the best ska band from the 60s, they play the rhythm section for you.
Everyone who was in the band went on to become successful.
Oh, yeah.
Every side person, like, it's crazy.
Peter Tosh, the most successful of the bunch, though, right? Yeah, he put some great music out after he left on his own.
Did he just die?
Did he?
They're all dead. But Peter Tosh died a while ago, right?
No, I think he just recently died. Or was it Jimmy Cliff? Was it Jimmy Cliff?
No, Jimmy Cliff died a long time ago.
I thought Peter Tosh died in the 90s. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he died.
in 87.
87. So when,
Yeah.
who is it that just died?
Oh, a lot of them. We lost a whole bunch.
Jimmy Cliff would just die. He died like November of this year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah.
Fuck, he must have been in his 90s.
No, they weren't that old.
Jimmy Cliff, I remember him in the early 60s and
Yeah, he was 81 when he died.
81. Fuck. That's not far from me, man.
Same age as the Stones. You know, they weren't as old as you think, a lot of these reggae guys. They were teenagers or early 20s.
Yeah, a lot of
when
them
they
were really
started.
young. Like,
Yeah, but
You
you're
think
well
they're
preserved,
really old,
Bobby.
but they're not. Yeah, Bunny Wailer died like 2 years ago, I think, right?
so Bob Marley was only 20 years old when he did Simmer Down.
Yeah, he was young. He looked young,
Yeah.
too.
That's definitely one of the best soundtrack records ever, Ricks. Every track is killer.
Yeah, even Bunny Weller, he was only 72 when he died.
Yeah, they were young. Not at 72, but I mean they were
Yeah, I know you mean.
they were earlier. Like
Yeah, a lot of rockers die early. A lot of people die early. I knew
no, I
guys.
just meant like the reggae guys were
Right,
younger
early.
than the rock and roll guys, for the most part.
I get
Daniel, I'll be 77 in March. Another 2 months, I'll be 70.
Even Rita Marley's still alive. She's only 79.
My friends opened for Lex Diamond in '83. I think I had the poster somewhere,
Wow.
but I do have the article where they.
Yeah, Alex. A lot of reggae stars die young, but rockabilly still holds the cake. Like the average age of rockabilly was like 30 or something. It was ridiculous.
Man, Jamaica's a hard place to live, man.
Yeah, a lot of them were gunshots, so that
Yeah.
you know.
Or stupid stuff like Marley. Where it was a gangrene that spread to his heart.
He had like a brain tumor, didn't he?
I remember back in
I
the
thought it
60s,
was gangrene that killed him.
there was a tourist advisory here in Toronto about going to Kingston, Jamaica. They warned you that at least half the population of the
Oh,
men,
that was skin cancer.
no,
under
half
his
the
toenail.
population carried a gun. In Kingston, Jamaica, they have to die.
You know, it is more dangerous to go across the bridge from my hometown into Matamoros than it is to go to Syria. It's literally more dangerous to go there than it is to go to Syria.
Well, you're a Texas guy, aren't you, armed?
Oh well, not when you can't take guns across to Mexico. Not anymore. You could back in the day, but yeah, you can't just go across the border with an arsenal like, "Hey, I'm coming over." You know, here's my
Well, you
my
can.
M16.
You're
if
more
you get
likely
caught,
to
you're
get caught on the way back than on the way there.
yeah, you know. So yeah, you don't take. I remember when I came back, like me and a friend went across to go drink, and it was safe to go back then. We were underage. We went across to this place called Blanca White's, which is really famous for underage drinking here. So we went and got hammered, and so we're coming back hitchhiking, and this guy picks us up, and we're going across, coming back, and so this guy gets popped. He has like 10,000 Quaaludes in his truck, and so me and my friend are like going, oh shit. So we're like, hey, we just were getting a ride, and he's like trying to say it was ours, and luckily one of the Border Patrol guys was, knew us, like, cause, it's a small town, everybody knows everybody. But that was like a shit your pants moment, man, where he comes up like, well, gentlemen, we found 10,000 Quaaludes, and he says they're yours, and I'm like, that's one of those moments where I was like 15. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go to jail forever.
I remember the first time we went to Rocky Point for spring break. We were in my buddy's Bronco, and we got there and we brought a big bag full of joints. There's probably like this many joints in the bag, And we're coming back and we lost the bag with like 3 joints left. So we're like freaking out.
Where is it?
Coming back through as the dog's going around, just praying that the dog doesn't smell nothing. Not that they would have given a shit about 3 joints anyway, but
back in the day, 3 joints you do time.
Depends where you are. I knew a guy who got arrested in Pennsylvania. Joints, he did they put him in for years.
Yeah.
Well, Florida and Texas
certain states.
bad.
Pennsylvania, I think, was really bad in the 60s.
Yeah, these were, what are they called? What were these, Roar 714s that they were called? Those were the originals of Roar 714s?
Up here they call quads, they call them mandrakes. Little,
that's a different drug.
Well, what do you think quads are?
No, I mean Mandy's are different than Quaaludes. At least I always thought they were.
Are they? I thought they were just the English version.
Yeah, well, that's what we called them up here, and they were the same thing. I'm talking about the 70s when everybody was getting into the pills. Uppers, downers, yellow jackets.
Yeah, Bennies in England.
Yeah.
Bennies and Mandrakes. I think they were the same drugs, just different names.
the bennies are scary, though.
Yeah, you're right. They are. It is Mandarin. It is the same thing. I always thought it was something different.
Yeah, it's just, I think it was the British, and maybe Canada had the British, slang for it.
Mandy's. That's what we call them. Mandy's.
My father had a floor cleaning job in a drugstore in one of the main streets in Toronto, and you had to be there. They sold everything, sunglasses. You had to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning once a week to clean the floors, right? And in the back where the druggist counter was, all the pills were in these huge bottles like that, and they were that round, glass bottle. And it'd be full of pills, right? And I'd go in there and I'd take handfuls. The guy would be sleeping, the owner of the place would be sleeping in a chair at the front because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd stick handfuls of the uppers and the downers in my pocket and just screw the cap back on, right? They didn't count them or nothing like that, right? I'd have, like a couple of hundred of a couple of different types, right?
I don't like this type of music. This is what I didn't like about the 90s. I mean, I'm not annoyed hearing it.
Chris disagrees with you. So
Yeah, no, I'm saying he likes this. This is the sound I couldn't stand. File this with the Lemonheads and the Dinosaur Jr.
Dinosaur Jr., yeah.
Yeah, all those I call it slouch rock. Coming out of the 80s where it was fun. I mean, I say this every time, but I was so glad that I was hardcore the rockabilly in 95. Way more fun than these slouches.
Did you send him any of those Eddie Grant singles, John?
Me? I don't
know.
I only have...
I'm talking about this band, not the Eddie Grant, but his that band that he was in.
Yeah, I only have that boot of that one song. That's killer. That's amazing. But no, I did not send it.
What was the name of the band?
53rd Turnoff, or 52nd Turnoff, 52nd Turnoff. It's just that one song. They had an album. He worked at the studio. I can't remember, but the album is not good except for that one track.
You like 60 Hertz Hum too? Okay.
No, I'm talking about the Equals.
Oh, the Equals. No, I never sent them any Equals. Sorry. I thought you were talking about... I'm thinking of the other Eddie Grant track.
Oh, okay.
He did a killer, like, Rude Boy song. The single goes for like $500 now. I should have bought it years ago.
Some singles are crazy.
But I have a boot of it anyway, which still now you can't get. But you couldn't get like compilations of the Equals to get all those songs.
You know, I could say that for a lot of these bands you send me, these fucking reggae bands, Alex, a lot of this stuff just feels like it's regurgitated over and over again. So I sit here and I go, am I listening to Jackie Me Too? No, I'm listening to somebody else, but it sounds just like Jackie Me Too. It's just like, is this like fucking Brantford Disco Explosion, whatever the fuck it is? But some of it just feels like it's just regurgitated. Yeah.
I haven't sent Patrick records in months now. I'm behind, but
Yeah, I need to. I've got a stack with them too.
they're sitting there. They've been sitting there for 2 months.
Well, I literally just shipped back Rev's box of 45s, so I finished with that. So I'm set up nicely. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been just since before Christmas, and I just been still swamped at work doing like.
And part of it is
almost
there's
60
one
hours a
album
week.
I want to send him, and I can't remember the name of the album, and I don't want to go through my 4,000 records to find them.
I haven't even listened to my Christmas records.
I
my
will see a
singles
couple
yet.
of them.
I listened to the albums I got, but not the singles. Maybe
I
someday.
pulled this out and listened to this the other day. You remember this one?
Oh, nice. No,
Ammo
I don't.
Box.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, this was 90. Does it say? I wonder what year it was.
Nice
got-
50 caliber rounds
It's
round
got the
box. So, yeah.
blood-filled
Oh wow.
record. It was 90, so. Oh no, it's 2003. How about that in Japan, though?
That's nice. I love that that tour they did where they would do Rain and Blood and they would actually pour the blood on them. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
This is an original, man. This is like a $500 45. I didn't realize how expensive this thing was.
They put out a DVD of that tour, but what was cool is they put out the DVD in a CD jewel case, so you could put it in with the rest of your Slayer collection.
I have. It must have been a sampler or something. I can't remember, but I have it in my CDs in Slayer. But it's got the video of them doing.
No, they did the whole.
Rain and,
They did the whole show on DVD.
I just have
but
that
in the CD
Rain
case.
and Blood where they would pour the red
Yeah.
sprinklers, the red sprinklers on them.
Not a big fan of Flick of the Switch. It feels like the same album over and over again. Speaking of over and over again, Back in Black.
Oh, the Switch is all right. It was definitely like I bought that new. You definitely knew it was not as good as the other.
I didn't like Flick of the Switch that much. Is it Blow Up Your Video, which was the soundtrack for the movie?
Yeah, that was for
I really
Maximum
like
Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive.
Who made who?
Yeah. I really like that one. No, yeah, Who Made Who? That's it.
And Fly on the Wall came after, which was a step up, if I remember, than Flick of the Switch.
Even that, I never pull Fly Out. On the Wall out.
For those about to rock, though, is
Yeah.
Fly
really
on the
good.
Wall was one I own. I mean, I have it on LP, but I had that on cassette in the day.
And then they put out 74 in what, like 80, 83?
Yeah, it was
84?
right around that same time.
Yeah.
Probably right around when Fly at the Wall came out. That was awesome because they also had the video. It was an older recorded video, but the video came back in rotation, so it was first time for Americans.
They did was in early 90s. They put out AC/DC Live, and that kind of revitalized their career because they had been going downhill for years, and then they did that double live and kind of got their name out there again.
I thought that Razor's Edge album kind of like gave them a big boost.
It was.
I didn't like it, but I mean, as far as like getting back into the,
Who Made Who got them back again.
Yeah.
Who Made Who
Who
was
Made Who
massive.
was like 86 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were definitely on down. Like after For Those About to Rock, it was like Back in Black. For Those
Who
About
Made
to
Who
Rock.
though? That whole record is good. Whereas Razor, there's like one or two good songs. Most of the stuff from the '90s, there's one or two good songs.
And then what's it?
I'm not
Thunderstruck is maybe their biggest played song. It's crazy.
So
Like
Razor's Edge,
Thunderstruck-
Razor's Edge sold 18.8 million worldwide.
That's a lot of records.
What are the big songs on there though?
Thunderstruck.
which is enough to carry that album.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what carried it more than anything was the one song.
But Back in Black, I don't think there's a rock and roll album that's outsold that. I don't think there's a.
That's another one though. That whole album.
I don't think there's a bigger rock and roll album in the planet that's
and that's
sold more
still
than
got
Back
one
in
of
Black.
the greatest
Look that
intros
up.
ever with Hell's Bells.
I think it outsold every Beatles record. Maybe Pink Floyd. Did it outsold Dark Side of the Moon?
Sorry, and so the one I'm thinking of is Black Ice. That's the one that kind of like brought him back to Black Ice is the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
And I really don't like that record. I think it's
I don't either. I don't either. But it brought them back in the limelight, and it sold a lot, and they started touring stadiums again.
Oh, yeah, it was in the Walmarts. It was pushed.
Yeah.
No, it's Michael Jackson #1 with Thriller. AC/DC.
I'm talking rock and roll.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson beat him, but I'm not. I'm calling rock and roll.
Yeah.
Album.
No, I'm just saying that. And then AC/DC, then Whitney Houston, then Pink Floyd.
Okay, so AC/DC is the biggest selling. Back in Black is the biggest selling rock and roll album. Beats out Elvis, beats out the Beatles, beats out Zeppelin.
How crazy is it though that the
Guys, I'm
Eagles'
going to
hits
take
is up
off.
there?
I'm going to take off, fellas. See you later, boys.
Yeah,
Hey.
all right, Bobby.
All right, Bobby.
Good to see you, brother.
Wow,
Happy New Year.
Shania Twain's #7.
Oh yeah, she's massive.
That's crazy. Shania Twain outsold Led Zeppelin 4.
Country people
the
like their music.
population and media, and it's a little different now. I'm sure Taylor Swift's up there too.
Yeah, I don't really count the modern stuff though, because they're counting streams and
but the
stuff.
population
Shania
is
Twain still out.
double what it was in the 70s. You know. And they're counting now. They're counting online sales.
Yeah, I
like
know.
they're counting
I know.
download. It's so different than having to push albums, and you only have 150 million people, whatever it is.
You sell 50,000 copies your first week, you're going to go to #1 or at least top 10 if you sell like a physical.
Well,
and
you sold
platinum records don't
150,000
actually-
copies. You didn't dent the charts in the 80s.
No, you get dropped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you didn't go gold, you were going to get dropped from any major label.
Yeah, we're done. It's like, yeah, sorry, we can't nurture
And
you.
it wasn't gold over the course of a year. It was gold in the first couple weeks.
Yeah. We're not going to pay for a tour if you guys don't go gold. It's like, well, you're not touring anybody, you know. You're not getting video money.
Whole different band here.
I do like the riffs on a lot of these songs, man. Just the aggressive guitar playing that Alex has on this is.
Playing Les Paul back then?
Probably
That's a
or an
Mark
ES
question.
or an ES 330, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, Gibson. Yeah. Andy, just open your ears. What do you think?
Thank God Mark's not here.
Sounds like a guy I'd want to play in a band with, this drummer.
They were definitely drinking the Led Zeppelin Kool-Aid at that point.
Yeah, it's not far from Foghat, too, you know?
What's up, Bill? How you doing? Happy New Year if I haven't seen you this year.
Nazareth, I meant.
Nah, he played a semi-hollow Gibson
Hey, Bill.
record.
Yeah,
What did
it's
he?
like what ES3 something, whatever the fuck it's called.
It's
just
a
said
nice,
semi-hollow.
nice heavy tone. Listen to that, man. Hollow body, huh?
Semi-hollow body.
Semi-hollow, yeah.
Demo. Okay. I'd have to see what it looks like. It sounds awesome. Yeah, and he's keeping it simple, Zorlock.
Yeah.
You know, this is rock and roll. You
Yeah, so
can't
he
really
played-
say that about other Rush albums.
He played a Gibson ES335 on this record, and he played a rented Rickenbacker 12-string acoustic. That's the two guitars.
For different songs, yeah, for all the tracks.
Yeah, he played a Marshall 50-watt with 4x12 with the
Cabinet,
Echo,
yeah.
with the Echoplex and the Maestro phase shifter.
Nice.
Echoplex. Probably a tape Echoplex too.
Oh, that's what they all were. Yeah.
So who made that? Morley? Did Morley make the Echoplex? Morley Echoplex? I think it's
It
what
doesn't
is.
say. It just says Echoplex. I'm
I
sure.
think Morley made the Echoplex.
And then Fly By Night, he started playing Les Pauls.
Fly By Night's not a bad. Fly By Night's my favorite Rush
I
record.
love Fly By Night. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the second best album.
It's still got that.
It's still
the-
rock. It's still in the rock. You know, they haven't like.
The new drummer hadn't
experimental.
completely infected the other guys, right, John?
Yeah, but
So,
it's a rock album. You know.
Then Caress of Steel, he started using Stratocasters. He used a Strat and and that same ES335 on Caress of Steel.
But doesn't he play like Paul Reed Smith or something now? Didn't he play something funky?
No, he plays Victor now. He's sponsored by Victor, or he was.
But his tone's so different. Like later on, this is.
Well, he would use the Gibson through a Fender Super Reverb too. He would use the Marshall too, but he would use the Super Reverb too in the studio, which has a really cool sound too. It's a pretty cool website.
Yeah, that's. What are you looking at? What is it? Just
It's
a
called-
Rush thing?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it-
rushfandom.com, and
Oh,
there's
okay,
a
so-
link for. It's got Alex Tyson's equipment,
Okay.
and it's everything he recorded with on each album, and then everything he toured with on the tour for that album.
Yeah. I was curious if there was a website that, like, I could look up Tony Iommi or just like a guitar player gear website. But if it's just Rush, good to know.
There are some bands like
I used to see it in the magazines, like they'd show you the rig
Pink
setup.
Floyd. I know, like Pink Floyd and the Beatles, they have books that go over.
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the famous guys. Yep.
I'm sure you can find that for Sabbath too, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
The difference with him, though,
Jimmy Page.
he mostly played variations
Yeah.
of the SG, though. He
Yeah,
used the Les Paul a little bit.
I was just using them as an example, but it'd be fun to say, like, pick up, I don't know, the Swede or something, and like there was a website if they knew what gear they used per track. I wouldn't need it often, but every now and then you might check something.
Ooh, I know what the next. I can also make. Now I could like make a thing like a button on the thing, like pick a random song from the
there you go.
database.
Yeah.
Just boom.
JohnGroundGuitar.com.
Oh yeah.
And it lists like all the Eric Clapton,
Yeah, that exactly.
Keith
So you could-
Richards. There's a bunch of
Yeah,
people
because
on it.
I know people documented like the Stones and Clapton. Yeah.
Iommi in the 60s. he used the Watkins-
Say it again. What was it? Brown
ground guitar.
ground.
Yeah. So Tony Iommi used a 60s Watkins Rapier, Burns Trisonic, Stratocaster SP Special. And it's just all SP. Oh, I don't remember
Oh,
this.
there it is. I got it.
I didn't know he played a BC Rich in the early 80s.
Who's that?
Tony Iommi.
Yeah. I could picture him with a BC Rich.
Yeah, he's got a BC Rich Ironbird and a BC Rich Mockingbird.
Yeah,
And then he went
the
back
Iron.
to SP.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Is that when he was, is that when he was messing with Lita Ford?
No, it might have been Born Again era.
That's when he was he starting to mess around with Lita Ford around then?
Maybe.
Period of time.
She was in a BC.
83.
Yeah, I
She
remember
played a
the
BC
pictures. I remember him with a BC Rich.
The Sperm Bird. What a great name.
Yeah, in the mid '80s they started dating, and so I think she was playing a BC Rich back then.
Might have been.
Yeah, I mean she's always played BC Rich. That's her trademark. So I wonder if she hooked him up with a deal with them.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. There's a lot of bands that do that. They'll have a wall of cabinets for Marshall that they're sponsored by, but they'll have like a Fender Blues. They're actually plugged into with a mic up to it.
Well, my friend that lives by here that I'm friends with, he has his own guitar. He makes guitars that have like instead of bolt-on, it's like a combination of a bolt-on neck and a straight through, whatever they're called. But he has like Steve Vai and like a bunch of guys play it, but they have to say they're playing other guitars. They can't say they're playing it because they're endorsed by these other guitars. So they play it, but he can't say they play it. Yeah, I bet a lot of those cabinets just have straight Celestians in them.
That's all you need. Those Celestians are going to give you the best sound anyway, no matter what style of music you're playing.
You need like two cabinets, and then the rest all dummies, just like fucking just nothing but dummy cabinets. Get a wall of cabinets.
That's like I'm saying. The Beastie Boys were like that. Their wall of sound, where it's an entire wall of Marshall amps stacked, but they didn't play Marshall. I remember one of them was playing like an old Sun amp that they had the mic up to. And
I think they were trying to recreate that like reggae thing where they set up all the speakers they can. Sound system.
I've said it before, though. When I saw him live that first time, I thought I was having a heart attack. I was so high. And the bass from those songs, I just felt it in my chest. I was freaking out.
I saw them, that Check Your Head tour. I said this story. Paul's Boutique, they didn't tour that record, but I was at a club and they would guest DJ, and then they started doing their rapping from the DJ booth. And there might have been 200 people there, but it's probably like 100-something people, maybe 200, who knows? But the Beastie Boys are there. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, it was just so random.
I don't know what a posh
New
boy
Yorkers,
is.
though. I had a buddy that grew up in Manhattan when I was in the Navy with. He said you
This
would
was
just
in Boston.
Okay.
I was in Boston, and it had to be 89 or 90. And I went to a bar, like a club. It wasn't a bar; it was a club.
Yeah.
And they were there, like guest DJs, the Beastie Boys. And I don't know how, like, they weren't that famous. Like, they were famous, but like License Tail was over, and Paul's Boutique was a cult album. They weren't.
And I don't know, even if you really
weren't
liked
that
them,
big.
how well,
They weren't that big. It was like they were just doing something with guest DJing. It wasn't Check Your Head. That was a big show. Like that was 2 years
Even
later.
if they're hyped up, you just pass by them on the street. I don't know if you'd even really recognize them. You know what I mean?
Look, I don't even know how many people cared that were at that club. They were there to hear, whatever disco goth music was playing. I can't remember even the night. It was like an alternative club,
One of them married Catherine Hanna. Was that Ad Rock?
I don't know.
I don't know who that is. Long with him and his wife though, and they were asking him, "What do you think about rap today?" He's like, "Don't ask me about rap today." He's like, "I'm a 50-year-old guy. I don't know shit about rap today." Like it's not written for me,
Yeah.
Yeah, all those samples would cost a lot of money.
Oh, they were the first band to get sued. I mean, they were the first band to use samples that way, but I think it was their third album before they really started making money because they ended up getting sued for so much. I mean, they were basically the test case for all those lawsuits because nobody had been sued like that until then.
And De La Soul was stuck in the middle of that. Like they had all these samples.
Now Billy Squier makes massive mailbox money. So.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that they were ripping people off. It just didn't exist yet. Get sued for samples like that. Because like Africa Bambaataa is all Kraftwerk sampled. So in the early days of hip hop, it was always sampled.
Yeah, that drummer from Billy Squier. He's probably heard more than any drummer in the world.
No, it's the drummer from James Brown is number one.
Oh, James Brown, number one. Yep. Okay. I'm just talking.
Funky Drummer from that track, Funky Drummer. They said it's the most sampled, or one of the most sampled.
Yeah, that drummer from Billy Squier is up.
Yeah,
there.
Bobby Chenard, I think, is the drummer.
And so I saw him with Robert Gordon. That's the guy. We were hanging out with him at the bar the night OJ was doing the car chase, the slow speed chase. Was sitting at the bar because they were playing that night, and we were all at the bar watching the TV. And like, hey, that's Billy. Like we were rockabilly guys at this point, but like, hey, that's Billy Squier's drummer. Like,
what was that? I was working at Burger King at the time, and somebody called us into the break room. They're like, OJ's on the run. It's a high speed chase, and we walked in to watch it, and they're like, dude, he's going like 20. I was like,
miles an hour.
High speed chase.
Every channel on TV was on it. Like it was like helicopters.
White Bronco. Go ahead.
Yeah. Going like 30 miles an hour. It was so ridiculous. Like if they would have just got in front of him and slowed down, they would have stopped it in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, first De La Soul is awesome. So like, and I'm not a rap guy, but man, that album. I loved it in the 80s. I love it now.
Is that the one that had Me, Myself, and I? Is that the same one? Is that it?
Yeah. 3 is the magic number.
Stakes is high.
3 feet high and rising.
Or 3 feet high. Yeah.
Which is off of the Johnny Cash record. How high is the water? How high is the water, Papa? 3 feet high and rising. Yeah, this is a great track.
The only song they ever did.
This is a cover. But...
It's not the only song they did. It's the only good song they did.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the reissue, is that a double album, Zorlock? It's a single album originally.
What's that?
The De La Soul. Did it come out with like expanded version, or am I imagining that?
Oh, I'm sure it's been reissued a couple times.
So I don't know, like if you expand it, if it's as good, but it might just be the regular album.
S. All right.
Prince Paul needs a looting. Like I love all the in betweens. What was the big hip hop record that got reissued this year? Big, I think it was like a West Coast. Was it West Coast? I don't know. A big hip hop record. It was. Anyway, I don't know. Jeez, it's a big guy, massive, like one of the biggest.
Gotta make this smaller again.
No, it's like a early '90s hip hop record or late '80s hip hop record, Alex.
Well, yeah, the Chronic, they did the...
What Chronic? Who does...
Dr. Dre, they did the Chronic. They did
That's it. That's it.
They did the UHQR version of it.
That ripped off the De La Soul. Didn't they have the little game show in there?
Yeah.
Yes, that was off of the De La Soul.
Ooh, now it's really small.
They had the little game show in the De La Soul, and there's no doubt that ripped that off. They didn't coincidentally do that.
I didn't know that the beat started on two-tone.
Yeah. The Beat Specials of Madness. That's the label, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, and with the specials, that's like 7 versions of the specials too. You know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Because you got the special AKA, the specials.
Yeah. I saw them as the special beat where they combined both bands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rhoda and the specials, Rico and the specials.
Yeah. They didn't have enough members for either band. They toured as the special beat for a year or two.
Cool. When was that?
Oh, it would have been in '92, let's say.
Yeah. That'd have been cool, though, seeing them.
I may have a button that says special beat. It was. You know, it was so confusing. Like I didn't know
hits of both bands.
Oh, both bands.
That'd be
both
cool.
bands. So you knew every song, and that was back when all the kids were wearing suits and jumping up and down and dancing. Yeah, special beat.
Okay, I think I got. Well, we were stream unavailable. Stream suspended for policy violation.
I wonder what song did it.
Just we've been at it for almost 3 hours. So
yeah, that's right. I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. So perfect timing.
Yeah, I got to sleep tomorrow.
Yeah, I sleep Saturday. Sunday, I got to sleep. I need a break.
Yeah, so I think I made it small enough now that you can see all the songs. So
yeah, that was perfect right there.
Yeah, so I think 18 pixels is the one. So we'll come back and say goodbye. So
yeah.
Oh. So yeah, tomorrow I might go to the record store. I've been to the record store all week, so. Damn, it's taking a while.
I had to buy hotel tickets. My daughter's got a flag football tournament in Tampa next week.
What does she play?
She's the center. So do you think the NFL is putting money in and promoting, like this flag football is getting promoted all the time?
They are.
I feel like they're trying to get women into football.
No, they are. The thing is, though, all the girls, like I said, my daughter.
Yeah, I know. My daughter, the same thing. It's like, but I feel like it's such a manufactured, like.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it came out of nowhere and everyone's doing flag football for girls.
I think it's great for high school and college, though.
So is it 11 on 11?
I'm not knocking by me saying that. I'm not knocking.
No, they do
like
7
coordinated.
on
So
7.
the center, you got a bunch of whiteouts and
yeah, pretty basically. Much. You've got the center, a blocker, sometimes 2 blockers with the center, and then basically it's maybe a running back and a couple receivers. Like my daughter, though, she plays center, so she'll block, and she'll block for about 10 seconds, and then she'll pop out, and she'll get like 5 or 6 catches a game.
Nice.
I used to love playing intramural flag football. I love playing that in college.
The only thing that's weird that I don't like about it is they don't do 10 yards. So they go from the 20-yard line to the 4, and it's a 80-yard field, so 40-yard line's the center.
So it's sections.
So yeah, so it gets the ball starts on the 20. You get a
Three completions, first down.
40, and then it gets set on the 20. So the flag it's in 20. But the weird thing is, so let's say you run the ball past the 40-yard line and you get to like the 35. The flag still goes on the 20-yard line next.
That's weird.
So yeah, so it took me a while to figure out some of the
because they don't want to pay for a chain gang, so they just have to. They
still have it. It's just not. They're not fighting for 10 yards. College may be different, but that's the way they do it for high school.
So when we played intramurals, we had actually did 11 on 11 flag, and we just had first downs 10 yards. But okay, we're back. All right, everybody, thanks for being here.
Thank you, everybody.
Continue tweaking the new search system. Now I maybe think about doing like random songs, like now instead of having to have the spreadsheet, you just press a button and do what genres you want and let it spit out a random song. We want to do that one day.
Yeah.
So
I might not be here Sunday, so
okay.
I know. I think I don't know if we were planning on doing that last song thing, or
we could do that Tuesday. It's fine.
It doesn't matter. I'm not all set up like I have them picked out. You could do it without me. I'm just giving warning.
We'll see. I'll see what the pulse is of the people tomorrow on Sunday. So yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time around. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night,
Goodbye.
Steve. Good night, Patrick.
We're going home now.